Welcome back inside the Highland Curling Club. We are getting set for Draw 5 of the Saskatchewan Super Series, presented by Vaderstad. Darren Dupont, Dean Kleiter, back with you. And this is going to be a good matchup because it's Rylan Kleiter, who's 2-0. The young kids are taking over Saskatchewan's curling scene here in Regina for the weekend. 2-0 against Colton Flasch, who had that heartbreaker against Team Dunstone, the last draw you saw here on Curling Zone, losing in an extra end. They need to win this game to keep their playoff hopes alive, Dean. And, the Kleiter rink, they haven't let anybody have any breathing room at all this weekend.
Yeah, the front end have been playing, just setting up every end for the Kleiter team, and it's been making it pretty easy on the back end. So look for more of that, I think, in today's game. But I know Flasch, they're going to be hungry because they need this win as well.
Now that game, that 1 p.m. draw, started a little late, but extra ends and that tough back and forth didn't help. It's a short turnaround. It'll be less than an hour since they were on the ice, probably closer to 40 minutes since they just finished up against Team Dunstone. Does that play a factor?
I'm sure it does. Like, those guys are way older than the Kleiter team, so just by a few years. So, yeah, they're going to be feeling it. But you know what? When you're playing the game you love, you find a way to dig deep. So.
Yeah, we're going to find out exactly what Team Flasch is all about here as we get a chance to see the draw here, I believe. This is the draw to the button as in case you end up in that tie-breaking scenario, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun, but they'll get this out of the way, and for the young kids, a chance to book themselves a spot in the playoffs with their third win, but then beyond that, they're trying to secure first place in a spot in Sunday's final, and that's exciting.
Yeah, they're in a position right now that if they can win one of the next two, they'll spot themselves right to the final. So they're going to be playing hard today for sure.
So there's a look. The loud pants we talked about from Team Kleiter out of Saskatoon. They're going to measure this up and get everything sorted out. There's Colton Flasch, and it's been so much fun to watch. I mean, for Colton, he's been all over with the 3-tanker wins, with the Laycock group, and then getting a chance to play with Cooey and winning a Brier and a silver medal at the Worlds. He's got plenty of experience, but now at the helm of his own team, that's a different animal.
Yeah, Colton's been there before in this position. He's had the Marsh boys with him as well, and they lost the final there a couple years ago. And so they've got to work out a few kinks, I'm sure, to start the new team and the new season, but they're just going to get better all through the season for sure.
So looks like Team Flasch will have the hammer to start.
They were both biting the edge of the button, so they must have been within millimeters.
And it will, I believe, Flasch will have the blue stones, but
I think
Kleiter's got the hammer. Yeah. So they will fix that on the board. Rylan Kleiter and his team 2-0 in the weekend tournament, and of course the win over Meacham earlier this morning and last night over Team Dunstone. That was a big one. But Matt Dunstone, the win in extra ends, 2-1, tied with Sean Meacham for second place. Right now in a playoff spot, this Colton Flasch rink at 1-2. They need a win here this afternoon, and Cody Hardung at 0-3. They're going to miss the playoffs, and they won't be able to advance to the playoffs tomorrow. But it's so good. We talked about this morning. The curling scene in Saskatchewan is just off to a great start this year.
It is, and just talk a little bit about, I think, the key matchups today as well. And I think no matter what game you play in, the thirds are such a big players that have to make those big shots at the right time. And I think that's what we're going to see, that the difference in today's game is how Schneider and Mattern match up.
That will be fun to watch. Calidon Schneider, of course, is second on Team Dunstone last year, the Brier team that won a bronze medal and part of 2 tankered wins. With Dunstone in 2020 last year and back in 2017 with Adam Casey.
An interesting tidbit, too, both Catlin and Josh have moved from the second position to the third position this year, so a bit of an adjustment again for them.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch the two of them go head-to-head. Be interesting to see how loose the kids play. The pressure of getting to the playoffs or staying in first place, because Colton's going to be hungry and they need to win. There's a lot of pressure on Colton today.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're going to see both teams playing their best today. This is their biggest game they've played today.
Well, Rylan Kleiter and his rink with the hammer. If you remember back to the morning, they took advantage of the hammer and got 3 in the opening end. That was a great way to start. Love a start like that here this afternoon.
Sure. Yeah, we swept that one pretty good. It's the same way.
That was a pretty good tick from Matt to get that one off the center line and into the house to open it up for him.
The lead is Dan Marsh.
Even with this.
Pretty good.
Of course, with Team Myers.
Hair higher.
Was before and won a tankard in 19 with the Myers rink.
Only if you have to. Look. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's the shuffling we talked about in the Saskatchewan curling scene. It's going to be quite the battle for that Brier spot as try and break the Saskatchewan drought at the national championship.
Drought? It's only been since 1980.
That's nothing. That's nothing. And I think that's a big reason why the Saskatchewan curling scene doesn't get the respect like Alberta does, or even Manitoba and Ontario.
For sure. And you know, back in the day when I was playing a little bit more, and we'd have like 500 teams or more sign up for the playdowns to get to the Brier, and we always complain, well, we got way too many good curlers, and well, we're getting down to we can't make that excuse anymore. So we got to get some teams to the elite.
You can only say that when you win the big one.
That's right.
But you talk about 500 teams applying. Back in that day, there was probably 50 to 100 that could win the tankard.
Yeah, for sure.
Very competitive. Oh, he's going to throw the broom.
Yeah, you just show, hey, we grab each other's brooms after that.
Illegal broom.
They grab the wrong broom or grab is an illegal broom?
This crap. New.
Okay, it comes in there.
Oh, wow.
Like, make sure you get it up there.
I'm not sure what that was about.
I didn't catch that either.
They were exchanging brooms. They slid it down the ice. That's all good now. And now the second, Kevin Marsh. Of course, him and his brother Dan spending the last 2 years with Kirk Myers.
Mine's good.
I don't think we're heavy.
Little tight, yep.
I don't think we're heavy.
Myers skipped the Marsh brothers. Catlin Schneider's was with Dunstone. Now Myers is with Dunstone. Schneider's here. And Colton Flasch has come back from Kevin Cooey's rink. And
Okay, it's fine.
but that's not, I mean, for Colton Flasch, it's got to be a lot of fun to win a Brier with Cooey, go to Worlds and do all of that. There's a lot of, you know, bright lights and all of that. But you can understand when you get replaced by John Morris in that spot. I mean, it's not like they just dropped you for nobody.
For sure. Like John's one of the best players to play the game, you know, lots of world championships and been away from the game of the four-person game for a while, but you know, he'll be hungry to get back at it. And you talk about the teams switching up, and it's usually a lot of the same players coming together in a group, but that's the players that really want to commit and get to that next level. It's such a big commitment that you've only got a certain number of people that are willing to do that.
And especially in a year like this, with limited ice potentially and starting a little later and things, you need to take advantage of every opportunity to be on the ice and be prepared, and all the off-ice working, you know, work that you put into it.
For sure. Yeah, they work a ton in the off-season, like you have to with every sport.
And spending the time that I have with guys like Kirk, you not only have to spend the time on your body and on the curling, but you got to spend the time on the business side of it too, because you got to fund yourself to, you know, playing all these bonspiels. And when you're doing that and you're training, there's not always a lot of time for a 9 to 5.
There isn't, and that's a big demand, and that's why a lot of these teams will have other people helping them with that when they can. It's not always easy, but when you get to the next level, you can do that sometimes.
Hey, Kev.
It's looking like, is it the yellow sitting one right now?
Yeah, appears to be one yellow right now as Trevor Johnson is final stone here in one.
Okay, go room. Same line. Little more room, little more room. Little more room. Josh.
got a
Trying
lot
to
of
come
room there.
around.
Wait only though, guys. Wait only. Okay, no lines curling now. 15-6.
See if they can bring this down.
Whoa.
On top, and it sits in the top of the 4-foot.
That's a great shot.
Is this side quicker than that side?
Get an idea now as they get to play on the same sheet of ice. This is for the second time in the day, and understanding which side might be a little bit quicker. You hear them talking about that. We even talked about one rock playing different to the next rock.
For sure, they're both coming back to back off of the sheet, so they're gonna know it really well. There'll be no excuses.
Can we just freeze for now, or is that not good?
Well, he'll still be sitting too.
Okay, well then we better run it if they're sitting
You gotta
two.
run this right
Our
in the
first
air.
look this afternoon at Calidon Schneider.
The hair low.
The third for Colton Flasch's rink.
Yeah, I think this is the right call. The yellows are in pretty good spots right now. You got to get that opened up and hope maybe even run back and get something out of it too.
Whoa,
Yep.
whoa,
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
whoa!
He's very close.
With some heat, and he's just going to miss, and he's going to take out his own at the back of the 4-foot.
Yellow still sits 2.
So, a little unfortunate, but the top is open. Catlin visited our studios for the Rod Peterson Show in the off-season, and it was great to catch up. And he dropped off his souvenir, his Briar jersey, the green Briar jersey signed for the show. And we thought it was a wonderful gesture, but I wonder if it was more he wants to get rid of it and move on, erase the memories. I like to build up the animosity a little bit, but
I think he'd like a red one there.
I think he'd like a red one. Yes.
Very slippery, hey?
Well, and that's the thing. We talk about how good this curling scene is. Any one of these teams that you're watching this weekend, they actually have a shot at a red one. That's
For
how
sure.
good they are.
Yeah, it's getting that red one, and
2, 1 out. That's rock. Yep.
I mean, you got to get the green one first, which is tough enough.
Yep. High. 2.
Josh Matter, the third.
2 not 3. 2 not 3. Sliding good now.
This is
might overcurl this one a bit.
gonna come right, catch a piece of the center line.
Yeah.
And so now what are they thinking for Team Flash?
Yeah, I think they can get half a rock double there.
Yeah, 2/3 half rock. Half rock.
Come right through that hole left
Can I
to
be
center
any thinner than half or no?
on the left side.
Not much.
Yes.
Okay.
Thin half is good.
Okay.
And see if you can clear both yellows.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
So the second for Calidon Schneider, trying to come right through the hole.
No!
They're right off the whole way. He's got a piece of one and a little nudge of the second one, and it appears just enough to leave one blue shot stone.
Appears to be one blue.
Doesn't get the double out, but nudged it back maybe just enough.
Could make this too.
Great shot.
In front? He's got the freeze then though. I think this is good right now. Yeah. Top 4? Okay. No, not a ton.
That's going to be a tough one to just get by that blue and get to the top 4 with that stagger there of those
Especially
darts.
if it was an opposite stagger, it'd be a lot easier.
Line's good. I think we're there. Okay, do we want to play this one? Yeah. Hey, freeze it. Just clean. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back 4. Yep, gotta go line. Back 4. Curling. Yep. Back 4.
Can they get by?
Hard hat.
They're on top, and it looks like they're going to rub.
That's good, Jay.
And it's going to spill into the top of the 12-foot under cover. But that opens up the middle of the ice a little bit.
It's the left turn in, our left-handed in turn just curls a little bit more.
Yeah, like We don't gotta really overbury it. Like even if you're here, it's pretty good.
Yep. That'd be pretty buried though.
Colton can come now and bite the 4-foot half buried would be a really nice shot.
Half open, so we can't, stick it in there somewhere. Full 4. We gotta sit 1, 2. Yeah, just half the 4 isn't. Yeah.
So Colton Flasch, the skip out of Saskatoon, with his first here on 1.
Oh, lots of room. Oh, you gotta let it work. Whoa, can't touch it.
How hot? Whoa.
No, you can't touch it.
They're calling it hot right now, running straight.
Can't touch
It's
it.
got to move. Dangerously close to their own stone. It's going to get by.
Just leave it.
No, it looks good now, hey? Okay. Oh, no.
And now he likes it. Well, let's sit in the 4-foot.
Okay.
And he's got full button well into the back of the button.
Did he leave a double?
To sit 2 for now, but yeah, is the double there.
Or even the hit and roll is pretty nice. Come by and tap and roll him top of the blue. Looks like he's throwing the heater though.
Just got by, had some room.
I certainly wouldn't hate the come down with a quieter weight, tap and roll on top of those other 2 versus this
Yeah, you could hit and freeze.
really heavy one. But if he makes it, we'll say that was a good call.
I'm just on pound.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's just going to back up, especially down the center line.
The best part about this is that when you go back and watch this later, you can tell him, "Look, I told you if he missed and if he didn't."
We don't talk about
Exactly. You don't even bring it up.
You could even just play like a freeze top and
See, now he's listening.
it. Must have heard that over the waves.
like you blow it up and we'll blank. No.
You think a lighter weight with just a light tap and sit there.
Yeah, I think so. Like a little hack weight.
Smarter call.
Board or hack or what? Hack, kick.
But he understands the kid wants to throw the big weight. He wants the double takeout. It's only the first end.
That's a typical younger team likes to do those kind of things, but they've learned a lot. They know got to play those shots too. So touch shots.
Seeing the maturity already from the young skip. And Rylan Kleiter's first here in the opening end.
Hard net.
Trying to avoid the yellow at the top. It's going to be tight. And he's going to nudge off his own. And where does it end up? This is going to spill right out of the rings.
Okay. Good weight.
And now an opening for Colton Flasch.
Yeah, that's a good situation for Flasch now to set something up nice to perhaps get a steal.
Great look at the overhead and 2 blue stones sitting shot right now.
It does have to be careful because you don't want to leave a double. There could be 4 yellow ones in there as well.
You got to, all those at the edge of the 12 foot that might end up counting.
Right here, it's pretty darn good.
We gotta out count these 2, and rate on just butting center is perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same line as what this one was almost. Like we got pretty close.
Like he's got nothing. Maybe.
Maybe, but I don't. He could do that potentially anyway. I mean, he could also give up a steal too very easily. Okay, so top 12, we just got to count those 2.
So they're calling top 12, just out counting the other 2 so they don't give up a big end.
Protect from a big end. Force Rylan into a highly skilled shot to avoid the steal.
Yeah. No, yeah. I thought it was just a hair hot.
You definitely can feel with the younger team like Rylan is a lot more rocks in play.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially today in the 2 draws. When you look back to Dunstone, more blank ends, some lower scores.
Yeah, they definitely like to junk it up
we don't want
and
top 4. Is it
make
that
some.
heavy?
It can be costly
Let it
sometimes,
top.
But it works.
no risk, no return. So.
Easy, guys. Whoa, whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Good.
A little confusion. They laugh now. 10 seconds ago, it wasn't
I didn't want it to curl anymore.
quite so fun.
If he's running it in there, it doesn't matter.
So they did the job. They got it out to outcount the 2 yellows that are sitting out in the 12-foot.
They're saying a possible nose for 4 is what he's seeing.
We'll take a look at that overhead and see exactly what it looks like.
Like right there.
On the 12.
Pretty much nose, Josh.
It's a nose for 4 or a steal of
Nose is
2.
real close. Just on the left, okay?
There's a better look at it. So trying to get 3, you hit the top 12-foot blue stone right on the nose. It catches, what, a quarter of the blue on the button. Over to the blue, it's touching a piece on the back 4-foot. And if you hold the shooter, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow stones. No risk, no reward. Hey, Dad?
That's right.
Blues.
Here it comes.
2 blues. Yep.
He's not going to get it on the nose. And it'll leave 1 blue one on the button for a steal of 1 for Colton Flasch. And you know what? Not such a bad thing.
Yeah, they were in a bit of trouble there.
Could have been 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Went for 4. Instead, it's a steal of 1 for Colton Flasch, who is foursome drawing first blood here in draw 5 after 1.
Strive to be the most qualified grain storage and grain conditioning experts in Canada. Visit us today at coregrain.ca. Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm.
Back in Regina at the Highland Curling Club for the Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series. Rylan Kleiter with the hammer again here in 2 after giving up a steal of 1. Tried to get 4 on a very risky triple takeout on the final stone of the opening end and just missed that high
Or freeze.
run back by,
Like
what, a quarter of a stone?
Yeah, probably a quarter. I think he set the intern back a little bit, and it's not very forgiving on that center line if you do that.
Normal weight.
Whatever you like.
But minimal damage, down 1. Just in your mind, you could say, well, if we didn't have the hammer and we gave up 1, we'd be pretty happy having the hammer in 2, right?
Exactly. That's not the end of the world, first end.
Whoa! Whoa!
Good look at.
That one was a little set, too.
Close.
And
Okay.
it's not going to get the yellow sitting at the top of the 4 foot.
Okay. Half or full?
I like.
As Rylan tries to decide how they're going to attack this and try and set up for 2.
Yeah, I think we'll see him utilize that corner guard to the best of his ability now.
Good look at Matthew Tyon, the lead for Team Kleiter.
Hey, line's really good. A bit of room right now. You think so? Whoa, running right now. Top 4.
Was an arts and science student, now veterinary medicine, right? We got that right?
That's correct. Just this year got accepted.
Hard boys. Hey, right here.
Well, 2020 is not a bad year for everyone, right?
There's always some good if you look for it.
Absolutely. You don't have to look very much farther than the young men on the ice this afternoon.
Whoa! No!
It's going to roll in, and it'll remove one of those yellows.
Okay. Good throw.
They'll leave the corner guard there that Kleiter can use.
40?
First, second stone for Kevin Marsh.
Preferably top 8. Okay. 40, you think? Yep. Could be close.
Good catch on the bug.
They
Good
can
catch
hear.
on the score bug. You had it backwards with the stones.
That should be good here as well. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, 45.
Trevor Johnson, the second.
Line's good. Might go. Wait
Close.
only. Lots of room. Lots
Team
of room.
Flasch.
Lots of room
Or sorry,
right
Team
now.
Kleiter.
Sliding good. Lots of room, guys. Sliding good.
Trying to bring that in.
Josh is rock.
As you mentioned, utilize that corner guard.
Yes, 14-9-1. Okay, yep.
Can they tuck it in behind? You're going to have to drag it a little bit.
A little more, Josh. A little more.
Get full 12 foot. Maybe partial coverage, but
less ice? Yeah. A little less ball. Yeah.
as they try and figure out that ice. But it's so different, as you mentioned, inside the 4 foot closer to the center line, and when you get out closer to the 12, it's...
Yeah, it seems to be a little straighter once they get going out to the wing there as well, or that one was for sure. They left a double, I think, now.
Whoa!
For Kevin Marsh, trying to get the double. Is he going to get a piece? He will, but not quite enough, and it'll slide just underneath that shot stone at the top of the 4 foot.
Okay.
So he's disappointed. He still removed one of the yellow stones, but just didn't quite get enough of it. So now same thing, try and come around.
Yeah, it looks like they've tightened the ice up a little bit, and I think Trevor will be a little closer this time.
Line's good. Well, last. Gotta go, I think. Hey, Josh is raw.
Always nice when you can get a second chance,
We're less
right?
line. Less line. Not. Yep. Really hard.
This one's going to be tight.
It's going across the face.
And they think it picked too.
They're figuring.
I think that's it. Okay.
A half an inch of broom out, and it doesn't move. And you move it a half inch in, unless it picked on something.
Yeah, it might have been a little softer there too, so that would also anticipate that to happen.
It was so good. Clean.
Easy. Just no.
Whoa. Clean.
Whoa. Oh.
This one's really running down that center line.
No.
Want to hold the shooter. And will it sit in the 12 and catch a piece? Hang on. And it does.
He stick. Well, They'll give it a third try around this corner guard.
It's slow. It is slower. Yeah, you can throw for you. Yeah.
Got a little more coverage with that yellow one out there too, but see if they can get it right. Third time's the charm.
Line's good.
This time,
Hey, close. Let it work then. Clean it. Lots of room right now.
Josh Mattert,
Just cleaning. Just cleaning.
the third.
Really running. No, back eight. Really running. 14-3.
A little more on this one. See if it can get moving over now. This is not curling.
Yep.
Sits in the back of the 12-foot. The shot stone right now. But lots of room for Colton to get at it.
Yeah. Again, the weight was just the difference there. If he has the right weight, it would have curled up really nice.
And here's Catlin Schneider with his second here in the second.
Good. Felt good. Line's good.
Line's good.
Lots of room, Kev, easy.
Room.
Whoa, Kev, whoa.
This one's really running down the
Too
side.
much room.
Off the center line yet.
Too much room. Whoa!
Oh!
Now they need this to put the brakes on.
Yeah, it is.
Or start to curl.
Go down, hard.
Trying to drag it and get it as close as they can. It started to move and slow down.
It slowed down in a hurry. I'm not sure what happened there.
Right near the hog line, there is.
Was on the other side of center.
Where do you see it? Hack. Okay. Good with just hack, Jay? Yeah. Okay.
That looks like that's the same ice as the draw, isn't it?
So it did slow down, and when you see that, you start to question your own decisions, right?
You sure do. If you're really watching that, you're going to go, holy.
Hard hack, heavy hack.
So
Heavy
Josh
hack.
Mattert,
Heavy hack.
final third stone here in two.
Hard trap.
Gonna come down and
Really hard trap. Hard.
knock out the blue one. It'll knock out their own out the back. Didn't quite get across enough.
Probably just a hair heavier than they were anticipating there.
And now Colton a chance to keep these separated and try and force Rylan to take one.
Like good, solid. Can't do much here.
Where does he have to be to avoid the double?
Yeah, I think
Solid hack.
he can roll it just a little bit to the center. It's going to come down a bit. But nose is probably going to be a tough double, too, if he gets nose.
Just for how far you have to travel that stone.
Yeah, and they'll probably try the hit and roll under if it doesn't roll to the button. They're going to try to roll it to the button, I'm sure.
So Colton Flasch,
Clean.
1 and 2 this weekend, needing a win to keep the playoff hopes alive.
Hard!
Whoa.
Yes!
We're on
Roll
it. Just off Snows, and it'll sit there full 8 foot.
Which still leaves the roll now to get under the corner guard. I think Catlin called him off, hoping that they try for plan B to get the roll over, but
Yeah,
it
that's
wasn't
why
going to
that still
happen.
looks like max to me with my out, so I like that.
Okay, Josh was a little up. Yeah. You're throwing hack as you know it?
Yeah, with that out turn too.
They're definitely thinking about that side of the ice.
Yeah, ours will curl.
Josh
here.
Mattern just went up and took an extra sweep of it just to make sure. They've had some trouble with that right side of the ice.
Yeah, very, very important to get up there and do that when you're not doing anything on anyways. You might as well make yourself useful.
Absolutely. So the first for Rylan Kleiter. See if he can bury this
Is it solid?
Little up.
and set up for the deuce. They're on it. He'll knock it out, and he'll roll. And did he roll enough?
Just a tad up, probably.
He's still showing a pretty good portion of that rock.
I think he probably controls
Yeah,
the
you can
exact
see
same.
how much he
I agree.
Probably 3/4.
I won't be any more weight,
can
that's for
see
sure.
a good
Yeah.
chunk of it.
Yeah. Got less. I don't have a ton. Good hack. Good hack. No less. Or sorry, no more, I meant to say. No more weight. Firm hack is the call.
Firm hack is a nice safe weight down that line.
Whoa.
So the final stone
Clean,
for Colton
yep.
Flasch here in 2.
Whoa.
Whoa! Dan!
No. Dan, go ahead.
Dan! Hard Dan!
Trying to get a piece of it.
You're okay.
We've got it, and where does it end up now?
Round.
Stick around in the biting the 12-foot, well, half in the 12-foot.
Close the same way.
Kleiter will have no option but to draw for his 1.
So it turns out okay for Colton Flasch. Mission accomplished.
And that's where that nice weight allows the rock to come up and make those shots.
And just no chance to even think about removing them both. It's not there.
It's not. No, they're just too flat and too far apart.
So final stone here in 2 for Rylan Kleiter
This side's a little slower.
and his team out of Saskatoon. Drawing against 2 blue. Stones,
She's grinding.
they're really working. Matthew Tyon and Trevor Johnson, and they'll drag it just enough into the 8-foot.
He'll be on the sweep or something there.
Oh, yeah. So a little tense here in 2, but they get their 1 on the board, and we're tied. A lot of fun, and we're only 2 ends in here. Look at them go. Trevor Johnson and Matthew Tyon, the 2 young kids, dragging this in for 1. The Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series continues here, produced by IKS Live.
Atlas Apex Roofing. The most knowledgeable, the most experienced, the most trusted name in the business. Atlas Apex, the top choice for industrial, commercial, and institutional roofing. Atlas Apex specializes in re-roofing, restoration, full-service maintenance, and emergency repairs. Customer service is our top priority, taking care of our clients in a safe, efficient, and timely manner from coast to coast.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience. Find us at ddgregina.com.
Very entertaining 2 ends already in the books here. In this, the 5th draw, the Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series. 5 of the best Saskatchewan men's curling teams all under one roof, one weekend. In what should be a really interesting but very competitive and wild 2020-21 curling season here in the province. As we get underway, tied at 1, a steal of 1 for Colton Flasch in the first, and he forces Rylan Kleiter to drop for 1 in the second. And that's how we find you here in the third. Colton Flasch with the hammer for the first time.
And looking to split the house now to sit 2.
That's quite a bit. Yeah, I think we want to let this go for a while, but I think we're going to be close.
Oh, it looks. It's going to be close.
We're okay, Flasch. Still there, all there. No.
The lead is Dan Marsh for Team Flasch.
14-6. It should be okay. Gotta stop.
Gotta get it to stop here.
Stop.
That rock doesn't want to stop.
It does not. Does it stop for a piece of the 12? It doesn't look like it.
All good, Dan.
From our overhead, it looks like it's just outside the rings.
I do believe.
There's isn't in the house.
Oh.
There you go. They confirmed it.
Yeah.
Top button, I think.
Top button. Yeah. Okay.
I always love when we can ask a question and then they can answer it right on the ice.
Yeah.
It's almost like they hear you.
Exactly.
So they're going to try to get one into the top of the button here now.
Line's good.
Trevor Johnson, the 21-year-old out of Saskatoon in this group. You mentioned all the years they were together. In the
Line 2.
This one's looking quite late.
Top 8. Top
3 under-18 provincial titles, the under-21 provincial title.
Maybe try to bounce it
up.
Yep.
Saskatchewan's curling future is bright, and the young guns from Saskatoon trying to find a way to lock down first place in the Super Series. This is the heavy hitters of the province, and the young kids are coming in here like, this is nothing.
Yeah, they're sure enjoying their time here because they don't get this opportunity or haven't had much of this opportunity, so they're really relishing that.
And now the brother, Kevin Marsh.
Pretty good, Flasch. I don't think
Gonna
it's
curl more than Dan's.
pretty good.
Look
eh?
If they can
here.
Weight's really good.
put this in a good spot.
It's definitely less than him, which is a good thing.
Gotta stop a lot.
It's going downhill there.
Yeah, they want it to stop. It really is. And this is going to sneak right back out the back, too.
Jeez.
So 2 for 2, one brother and then the next.
Boy, I would have swore that was going to stop. It just kept sliding like it was downhill.
It's really making them question.
I think that last one did something funny. Yeah, I got to throw more weight, but still.
And that's on it. They don't know how to explain it. That's what's tough. And when you're fighting for your playoff lives, every shot, every point matters so much more.
It sure does. Yeah, it's.
Line's good.
Looks there right now. Shouldn't come down though.
At 1 and 2, this Colton Flasch rink needing a win badly this afternoon to keep their playoff hopes alive.
This one's also looking heavy.
You got So it does hold up.
Teams are both struggling a little bit with the weight right now.
Now Rylan could have swept that.
It comes in there pretty
He
good.
could
His
have.
own.
Their draws
Yes.
are
You
going
can't
there.
sweep the other team's stones behind the tee line this year.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's better.
It felt like when they said whoa and he was about to sweep it that he was about to break the rule, but it's his own stone. They were actually talking strategy.
Trying to bury it a little further, but also keeping shot if they could.
Back 12.
Yep.
Weight's good.
Yep.
And that's in an effort to keep
Through the house.
social distancing so you don't have two teams around one stone deciding who's going to sweep it.
That's exactly the rule. Yeah.
Hard!
This is close to really good.
It's going to come in.
Real nice shot, Kev.
We're going to remove the yellow, and it's going to sit almost frozen. But with some backing there and full 12 foot.
That boy, Kev. Really nice.
So just because those two stones from the Marsh brothers didn't catch a piece of the rings, still proving to be valuable.
Yeah, they end up now a little bit of backing there, but they do have second shots, and now Kleiter has to decide, do we hit that and try to, you're going to probably give 2, or you can try to come around, but then you could give up 3 if you're doing that too. They always have the center guards to come around later on.
Whoa, then. Whoa. We could try to play for the
Third stones now. Josh Mattern.
Whoa. Yep. Hard.
Coming all the way to the back, trying to remove those, and got 2 of them out of there. And will sit fully in the 12-foot. Well, 3/4, but
15 seconds.
And they'll try to freeze one on top of the yellow. Replace it.
And the delivery from Calidon Schneider.
Really have to wait.
Line's good. Line's good. Go ahead. Line's good.
Moving up from playing second with
Line's
Team
perfect.
Dunstone last year,
curl
now the
here,
third
make
here
sure
for Colton Flasch.
15-5. Stands rock.
Now see if it moves over, and it will.
Just play the weight, though. Play the weight. Right here's fine. Right here's fine. Yep.
Start to dive down and catch on the corner. And it will.
Same weight. Oh, was that heavy?
Just a touch, I think.
So now Rylan want to be a little more on top of it.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get to nose would be really nice, and roll on top of your yellow would be okay too.
Weight's better.
Final stone for Josh Mattern here
Yep.
in the third.
Yep. Gotta go, Trev. Hard.
Trevor Johnson on the broom. We'll get across, remove them both, and Sid catching a good piece of the 8-foot, and now one blue stone just sitting on the edge outside of the
just
rings.
like hack.
Sure. Yeah. Just give me a hair more. Yeah.
Okay.
Now the final stone for Calidon Schneider. Colton Flasch with the hammer here in 3. Well, tied at 1.
Whoa, right off.
Right off.
No.
This one's out there.
Close.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, he's light enough.
See if it'll move.
Hard. You really gotta go. Hard.
Hard on the brooms. We'll catch it, slide it back, and stick around, full 8-foot.
Now, can Kleiter get the hit and roll under? Although it would be a jam, and it could be trouble with that too. So.
Yeah. And if you stick it, you're rolling.
So he's going to try it.
Yeah. You can roll. You can for sure roll flat enough.
It is all staggered enough up top.
Yeah, I think 9 makes it. Should come up just a touch, right? Yeah.
He's talking about hit it with just around 9 seconds, hog to hog, and hopefully rolling it right under the center guards.
Are we going for the roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could nose one more.
Got to be careful, because if he does hit it too much on the right side, he could jam the back one, and then a 3-ball comes into play too.
Intern? 9?
Yeah. Make it, boys.
So he's got to hit enough of it to avoid jamming on the blue one in the back, and
8-5. 8.
also hit it thin enough that he can roll over.
Yes. Yep.
The first stone from Rylan Kleiter.
I think they overcooked that one.
He hit and stuck. Didn't hit the blue one in the back, but Didn't get the roll he was looking for, so
Yeah.
a little disappointment there. And
I think it was a combination of maybe throwing a little harder than what the third was expecting, and then a little panic on the sweep because of that too.
Easy board. Probably really similar to these here. Like,
And we have to remember that's a brand new job for Josh Matter and Colin Line too, which he hasn't done very much of it his curling career yet.
Swapping with Trevor at second to third. May only be a couple of stones at end, but it's still a significant part of the game.
It sure is, yeah, like sweep here or there. And it's
Really got to go. Really have to go. Lean on it.
sweepers are going to get extra pay for this one.
You got to go for
Dan Marsh on this one. And he's going to get a piece of it, and he'll just roll it out. And so now, chance to come around
boys. Are we down?
for Rylan and maybe force a draw for one.
That would be the goal now, to get it buried. Doesn't really matter if it's behind the tee or not, but you got to get it buried. Ideally in front of on the button.
If you leave it exposed, they can get their deuce. If you bury it, they got to draw for one.
That's right.
My first one was a 50, but with
And if you bury it really good, the draw for one might even be a tough one.
Room down if it's close.
Go ahead. Let's make it, boys. Hey, let's make a good one here. Yep.
High pressure moment. Final stone for Rylan Kleiter here in 3.
It's close.
Playing without the hammer.
Little room right now. Little wide.
Right now.
Little wide. No, line's good.
Trying to come around and bury it here.
Line's perfect. Line's perfect. Yep.
Close. Gotta go.
You love the line.
Switch.
Line's looking pretty good.
Buried, Matt.
Let's see if they can just put it in the right spot.
Hard, hard, go.
Here they go.
Hard, hard.
Matthew Tyon. And he's got it on the
It's a
button.
great shot.
And it looks to be pretty buried.
That's going to be a hard one to get at.
Great shot.
I wish I could sweep like those guys.
Do you? Because if you could sweep like them, then you're going to get asked to sweep like them, right?
A good point.
At least if
yes.
you can't sweep like them, no one's going to ask you to try.
That's right, yes. Good point.
So he'll try basically the same shot. Now, can he come with enough pace to still bring it in and bump the Yellowstone out enough to get 2?
I believe that's what he's trying based on the ice there. He's kind of thrown that back 8 and just hair all those guards and hope to move it enough to get 2.
Move it enough.
Whoa,
You got to move the shooter or hold the shooter too.
Whoa.
Close.
Whoa.
A little more pace. It's got to move. Now it's going to.
Stay close, Dan.
Here it comes.
Hard, Kevin.
Okay, go.
Going hard. Going to bring it in by both. He's got one. And I think it'll come up a little short.
Great shot.
For the second.
Yeah, that's a really good shot, Jay. Even for one.
I think they'll be happy with that one.
Great
That was a really
shot,
good shot
from Colton Flasch. And look at Kevin Marsh on the broom. Came across, just couldn't quite move it enough. And maybe if they were allowed to sweep it, they might have got the second one.
That's a good point.
3 ends in the books. The Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series. And it's only 2-1. This one feels like it's going to go down to the wire here in Regina.
At RenewMyPlace.com, get it out of the way. What do you say? RenewMyPlace.com. The family's making plans and they're gonna need a ride. Don't let license renewal keep you on the sidelines. Renew your plates at RenewMyPlace.com. Anytime, anywhere. Suit and tie or underwear. RenewMyPlace.com. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. RenewMyPlace.com.
He's covering everything that matters to you. It's the Rod Peterson Show. Tune in live Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to noon to catch the show live and be a part of the action. Take control by commenting live and sharing the show with your friends.
Well, the Highland Curling Club has been a wonderful host for the Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series. 5 of the best teams in Saskatchewan, all one weekend and one championship here. And this game is not disappointed at all. 2-1. A lead for Colton Flasch here. As you can see, the scoreboard in the back hasn't updated, but we got it for you. 2-1.
Hey, line's not bad. We definitely got
for Team Flasch. So Rylan Kleiter with the hammer.
It's going to be close.
A beautiful shot to come around and get one.
We can't touch it.
In the third.
Can't touch it.
Gotta finish hard.
Weight's good now.
Kev, go Kev, go Kev. Hard, hard, hard. Hard. Hard, Kev. Go, 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 go.
Now trying to bring this right on top.
It's a great shot.
So what do they have to do to get 2 in this game? Because it's just not there.
Yeah, it seemed like actually each end the teams had a shot at that, and then the skip makes a good shot on both sides, and all of a sudden that 2 is almost a steal or even a 1.
Line's good. Close.
Another look at Matthew Tyon, the lead for Team Kleiter.
Line's good. Line's really good, guys.
You got room, you got room.
Line's close now.
No, you got room. You gotta go wait.
Okay, you can go.
Go then, you can go, you can go.
Yeah, gotta go line now. Hard line.
Trying to get this by. Right on top.
Hard dragger. Get a biter. Get a biter. Get a biter.
Yep.
Don't like that fucking side.
Whoops. Yeah, they don't like that side a whole lot, but that's okay.
Still a pretty good shot, actually.
Like normal. Yeah. If you hit it hair high, it's okay.
I know they're disappointed that they could have maybe swept it a little further, but
Dean, that's what happens when we're on the internet. Anything goes. Don't have to worry. We're not under the CRTC regulations on television, right?
Is that you and me as well?
I don't know. I'm not going to take that chance. I want to say hello to everybody watching at Curling Zone on YouTube and on Facebook. See if we can maybe jump into these comments. I haven't been in here at all throughout the day, but maybe not a bad idea. Jump in, see what everybody has to say. Donna's watching. Gail. They had a lot of questions about the sweepers and about having 2 sweepers as opposed to 1 and COVID rules and everything else, but I think they've decided when you're on the same team, you're traveling together, you're spending all that time together, it is essentially your family.
That's correct.
And if you don't need to social distance and wear your mask with your family, it's the same with your curling team. But the 2 teams, they don't want them to interact.
That's correct. And there's no handshaking, and they're asked to maintain their distance while on the ice, and this sport allows us to do that quite easily.
Beryl Hughesby asked about a round robin and top 3 teams making the finals. The top team will advance straight to tomorrow afternoon's final, which I believe will be just after 1 o'clock local time here in Saskatchewan, Mountain Time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. 2 will play 3 in the morning draw, 9 a.m., the first or the only semi-final. Owen Mayville says hi from Stroud, Ontario. So tuning in from across the country. And they're loving the young guns
right on.
out of Saskatoon. taking the weekend by storm. Kendra is watching in Kirkland, Quebec. Good afternoon, Kendra. Well, almost good evening out in Quebec.
Close. Yep.
Well, it is.
Yep. Whoa.
8 o'clock.
Whoa.
Get this one off the nose and break things up, but it'll leave one yellow right on the button.
Not what they were looking for. A little bit of break for the Kleiter team.
Rylan Kleiter and his group, they've got the hammer here in 4.
Trevor will attempt to get to around the guard to the top 8. Catherine's
watching in Steinbeck, Manitoba. They're watching from all over Ontario, too. Prince Edward Island, Christine checks in from Carroll, and Cottam, Ontario.
Yep, Josh. Hard Josh.
Newfoundland, they're all over watching this. So great job by the ICAST Live team and Curling Zone, put this all together. Jeanette's watching in Vernon, BC. As we join you here at the Highland Curling Club in Regina. In the 4th end, 2-1, Colton Flasch with the lead over Rylan Kleiter. Colton Flasch 1-2 so far in the weekend, needing a win here in this draw to keep their playoff hopes alive. And of course, they just played in the earlier draw, the early afternoon draw, losing in extra ends to Matt Dunstone. And then the quick turnaround of less than 45 minutes to this game.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
This looks really close.
Grilla here.
He's going to get by one and does not get the second one.
So they're letting Kleiter off the hook again. He's getting a third chance to get one in there.
But that stone will hang around the edge of the 12-foot. Watching, Georgette's watching, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Bill's watching in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I know they love their curling in Florida, Dean.
Line's good.
That's awesome.
Top 4.
Hey, I'd save some room still. No, line's good. Close. Treb's wrong. Treb's wrong. Treb's wrong.
Top 12.
No, it's
No,
not.
top 8. Top 8. Moving. You can go. You can go. Go, Trev. Go, Trev.
They wanted it to move. It's not moving like they thought it might.
There it goes now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Over curling now.
And now it's over curling, as you heard Rylan mention.
Nice spot.
That was a good shot by Josh.
Hey, 30.
Right, not this. Get a little high. Line.
They like their run backs. And they're
Sure
very
do.
good at it, too.
We'll try another one. Calvin Schneider. With Team Dunstone at the Tim Hortons Briar just last season. Now the third for Colton Flasch. He's going to jam on his own, and it'll spill into the 12-foot, still leaving 2 yellow stones counting. And just haven't been able to quite get that angle perfected.
Yeah, they've been really close on all of them, just not quite getting the result they're looking for.
Could play this then too.
An option. I think if you guard, he's running it. And you
Running what? Our guard?
Running or yellow.
He runs a yellow and it's not terrible.
You can get them all, is the thing, if he just runs it across. Yeah.
Could take this then too.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, then he doubles.
Rylan Kleiter in his ring from Saskatoon. They've got the hammer here in 4.
What if you
Yeah,
come
they could do the tap on the top blue and roll in to sit 3, or they could do the draw like Rylan just mentioned now and roll your shooter under the blue a little bit, just to get half under that blue.
Yeah, like it makes the double tougher.
One thing to note about this event is these two teams, neither of them are on the clock. So they're not being timed.
Yeah, which they generally take a little more time because of that.
Absolutely. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah, then
It's
then he knows.
for sure it's made the games a little bit longer, and there has been some talk about that being possibly an issue. I mean, they went into the late hours last night and the game's going long. But I think overall we're pretty happy with the level of play we've seen.
Yeah, and you know, all the teams here this week have had some changes in positions, players, so they're all taking a little more time than they will be when they do get to the tankard and have to make the calls a little quicker.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, with the Kleiter group being together for so long, the communication is down so much more. When you got teams that haven't been together as much, you kind of have to learn each other's nuances or
you do
kind of gestures and everything else.
Team dynamics is so huge that, and that's what people juggle players for, not because a player is maybe a lot better than another, but they just got to find the right dynamic that works for everybody. So they elected, I think, to come down and tap their yellow and roll under, I believe.
Line's good.
Back line, through. Need thin.
Clean.
Thin.
Yep. Yep.
This one's really curling on him.
Hard. Hard.
Trying to hold the line.
Whoa. Yes. Yes.
Can he hold it? Tuck in behind. He will.
It's a great shot.
So Rylan Kleiter, you can see him there counting 3 with the hammer here in 4.
We wanted to roll more, hey?
I mean, it could, but you're losing that.
Well, that's okay.
I think Colton does have another crack at a double run back on his blue, half a rock.
I want if I know that gets it, then I love it.
Can we get a
that shot probably?
At all, whenever you have these groups like this, there was 2 in the house, 2 back with the middle, and then the 2 other guys on the side to show how they're all social distancing.
Well,
if we know it gets
if you ever
it,
get that,
sure, I like it.
let me know.
Like, it's just a little sketchy because you got to hit it fairly
If you
thin.
can, not a big deal.
So if you just clip it, that's staying.
So they're going to take their time and think about this one, really talk it over.
But then I have a roll.
I think what they are worried about running their blue back, that they might drag the yellow too much and it won't clip the back one.
I won't give up 2 if he makes it perfect. If he hits it, then I can make the roll. I mean, this is probably, I don't know if that's any better.
Well, and think of the strategy that's on this team and the wealth of knowledge with the history with whether it's Laycock, but playing with Kirk Myers, Dunstone, you know, Catlin Schneider playing with Dunstone, and Flasch with Kevin Cooey, and world-class players. They've had some great education along the way.
You know, and that's the wonderful thing about this game is that there's always more shots than what people think are out there. And one time this team's going to do this, the next time they'll do that, and it's what makes the game so great. It's not just they do this, you do that. There's lots of different things you can do.
Oh, that's so true. And the creativity chain is growing every day as new players come into the game.
So I think Colton's attempting the thin double here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No, right off. Curl, please.
See if he can get a piece of it. Both of them. 1, 2. He got him.
Got a great shot.
Shooter spills out the back, but removed 2 yellow stones, and now Rylan Kleiter just sitting 1. Here's another look. They wanted it to curl an extra hair. Maybe they could have held the shooter, but I think they're pretty happy removing the 2 yellows.
I would say they would be, yep.
The best that that's going is to here. Yeah. I think they're full 8, yeah. You might
So the message came into the Facebook chat about masks. Well, something to consider. You can see Colton Flasch was hanging out in the back. Now you've got the 2, Rylan Kleiter and Josh Mattern there. Everybody's staying social distance, and that's one of the reasons why they're able to not wear masks on the ice. And they each have one side, right? There's an empty sheet beside them, so one team can go to the empty sheet when they're not playing. The other team goes to the wall, and they all keep their 6 feet to 2 meters of distance between themselves, right?
That's exactly right, and you know, it's common sense as well. You may not have to stay on that side of the sheet or this side, but they all know that our goal here is to maintain the social distancing, and they all do it very well.
We're running, yeah, I think it's 40.
And of course, there always may be instances where you brush by somebody and you don't intend to, but they do their part to make sure that they're keeping their social distancing up at most, if not all times.
It's all about reducing the risk.
Absolutely. They've done a really nice job.
This one's looking strong.
Top 4.
Trying to bring this one in.
Where do you want it? Where? Back four.
First stone for Rylan Kleiter here in the 4th. He has the hammer, trying to set up for the deuce.
Never.
He wanted to stop and bite a piece of the 12-foot back there. So what does that set up for Colton?
I think he can now run that blue back and maybe be shot. They kind of dragged a little too far, I think.
Don't think so.
It's going to be close.
You have to roll it a bit, like you'd have to kind of...
Well, they're saying he has to roll in to get
He
shot.
sits on top. It won't be enough. Yeah, you can see how much room on top of that yellow stone. There's not quite enough to get in.
Well, I mean, you still can do this.
Yeah.
And make the draw hard.
For sure. Just control.
Yep.
So you got 3/4 of that yellow stone on
Control, just
the back 8-foot that's sitting in.
2/3, 3/4.
7/8, 3/4. Nose.
I know, right? Love that overhead look, and we can really get an idea of what
Yes, ideally I
the
hit
players are thinking.
3/4. Just control.
So I think they elected now just to hit 3/4 on the high side, roll the shooter to the right, and then make Rylan's draw a little more difficult for 2.
So want to roll the shooter in to be shot stone, right?
No,
or no?
No,
Clean.
just to cover the 4-foot a bit.
Clean.
All right.
Whoa.
Yep.
No.
The final stone from Colton
Rita.
Flasch.
Whoa!
He's up by 1 here in the 4th without the hammer. Gets a piece, rolls over.
Just like that.
And
Really good.
just like that, it'll set up a draw for 2 for Rylan Kleiter.
A little less weight, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, he'll have to take a little different path now that the rocks are now guarding the button a little better, but should still have a pretty good shot at it.
And we're trying to keep the size of that window as tight as possible. If it could have stopped right there, well, it's in a great spot now. And this side of the ice has been trouble. They've had some trouble with this side of the center line.
Is that middle, AJ?
Rylan Kleiter with the final stone. Shot rock here in 4 for Rylan Kleiter. Trying to draw for his deuce and take the lead.
It's all you. It's all you. It's all you. Curling good. It's all you.
They're on the brooms. Now they're going to leave it. They like it. Looks pretty good. Put it on the board. 2 for Rylan Kleiter here in the 4th. He's got the lead. So how about that? Rylan Kleiter in this young rink from Saskatoon, undefeated so far. Yeah, fist bumps all around, I guess so. He just got the first deuce of the game.
Yeah, they've been hard to come by, but you knew they were going to come sooner or later.
Nearly perfect as he picks up 2 and trying to remain perfect here at the Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series. Rylan Kleiter leading Colton Flasch by 1.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Building a deeper connection with our fans by putting them in the show. It's a new era of sports talk. The Rod Peterson Show airs from 10 to noon, Monday to Friday on Facebook Live. Join the conversation today and tune in. Online, on your phone, at home, at work. Follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And subscribe on YouTube for all the content you want to watch. Don't wait, do it right now.
Well, this continues to get better and better here in Regina at the Highland Curling Club. It's back and forth. Colton Flasch, he had the lead. Now Rylan Kleiter's got the lead. The first deuce of the match, and all of a sudden, they're out in front.
Yeah, there's been some opportunities on both sides that haven't totally taken advantage of, and finally there was one that we finished, or the Kleiter team finished up this time.
Colton Flasch has the hammer back here, of course, trailing by 1, 3-2. Here in the fifth. A reminder, we play only 8 ends. So we're closer to the finish than you might think when you're just sitting in the fifth end. You're ready for the break after 5, right? Not the case.
The 8 ends can go by really fast, for sure. And I was a bit surprised here. Matthew came a bit tight on his first one in the house, and Colton had the opportunity to possibly hit it and maybe blank an odd end. You know, a lot of time teams like to blank that odd end and score in that even one, and that would have been a great opportunity. But they've elected to go for their deuce, so let's get on.
All right, let's go. We haven't had a blank yet this afternoon.
Top eight.
In this, the 5th draw of the Super Series. First place advancing straight to tomorrow afternoon's final, and right now it's Rylan Kleiter, the only team still without a loss on their record, trying to get a lot closer to clinching first place here this afternoon.
Dan's going to attempt around that corner guard now and get that deuce set up.
Line's good. Line's good. Okay. Line's really good. Little tight, yep.
Don't want to.
Hold in. Line's really good. Gotta finish, actually, now.
Ryan will be in the late draw against Cody Hardin tonight. And of course, if they win that one, and I mean, they'll be in first place, but still a chance with 3 wins to secure first place and get straight to tomorrow's final.
Well, you should be.
Different story for the Colton Flasch ring. They need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. 1 and 2. This their final round robin game, and they'll need the win and some help to get to tomorrow's semifinal at 9 a.m. That's 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yes, for sure. A 2-2 record will be required for sure to get into a possible playoff situation in the top 3.
All the standings and schedules and results, it's all available at curlingzone.ca. As we welcome you in, wherever you may be watching from, here on Facebook Live or here on YouTube. I know there's folks all across North America have this blown up on the big screen in the living room.
Roll it over. Roll it.
We had messages coming in this morning after it was over. Sounded something like, I've got coffee, it's Saturday morning, curling's on, this just feels right.
It sure
Doesn't
does.
it?
It sure does, yeah, this is great.
It's a hair too far. Yeah, that's good.
Trevor's been having a little trouble with that rock with some over curling. I'm not sure if it's the way he's throwing it or having a little trouble with it.
Good enough.
Ken?
I don't think that's too early.
Yeah, it's either that or you do this.
Yeah.
2 options, this or this.
The second one. Like, it's too early to go there.
Like this?
Yeah.
I like this. This is the best shot.
Yeah, for sure.
There's good insight into this team. Colton Flasch, the skip, but you got a lot of experience from Calidon Schneider now, who's been brought in this year to play third. And, you know, coming off that run to the Brier and finishing up with a bronze medal at the Tim Hortons Brier with Matt Dunstone and Colton Flasch. We talked a few times about his history.
Gotta go hard.
Playing with Kevin Cooey and winning a national championship and a world silver medal. And that time,
good.
Colton listened to his third and took Catlon's advice and played the shot you just saw.
It does curl
For
there
sure,
a bit.
you can't not have a listen when you've got that experience out there helping you with the calls, because sometimes the game goes so fast and it's easy for us up here to be able to call shots because we're not worried about too much after that, but they got lots to think about.
You got that right. Here's Trevor Johnson, the 21-year-old second for Rylan Kleiter's group out of Saskatoon.
They're trying to hit and roll under a bit.
A catch, and he'll roll over.
Looked like it was moving.
Won't get underneath. And still lying one blue rock here.
That's okay. Ideally a roll, but
just board.
Horrific.
Yeah, you need board weight the most. You gotta roll it over here.
Yeah, I think you need more than that.
So they're going to try to hit here and roll to the open and sit 2.
Board.
He does have to roll, though, in order to get it
board.
in the house.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa. Clean.
Whoa.
The second for
that one's
Colton
really
Flasch.
running on him. Really running.
And it'll catch enough, but that'll
really unfortunate.
Jam the yellow one on the blue.
Threw them very different.
Back in the 8-foot. And
okay, Kev. Tough one.
Those 4-foot lines are very tricky if you set them back at all. We've seen it numerous times this weekend already with different players that it will go hard.
That blue stone almost camouflaged in the paint there in the 12-foot, but it is sitting there. Second shot is sitting one yellow.
Yeah. 35, I think.
Yeah, 35.
Just staying close to it, obviously.
You could plant this too. That might be the call. Like, what's the best that they do is probably that.
Well, you knows that. He's got the double anyway. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think this is a pretty nice call. Get in there and make them have to play on that top one.
Yeah.
Third stones now, and Joshua Mattern,
Mine's really good.
the engineering student from the University of Saskatchewan.
Looks really close right now. Running. No, it's running good. No, it's running good.
And the third here for Rylan Kleiter.
Coming down. Top 4.
I'm going to bring this in and bury it. Will it sit down?
It's a great shot.
And it will. Bury it in there. Under cover.
Now we're going to see some slashing here with the Flasch team. Not flashing, but slashing.
Out of this.
Well, we'll see what they do. I like the word play.
Just over a half. Like
see if they can
maybe,
drop it in.
Definitely not 2/3, but a hair more than a half.
You need to hit 2/3.
To do what?
To do this. I mean, without jamming. I think we just play this with just. I think you just try to get as close to nose.
Okay.
Try and get to the nose and bury it a little more.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to get to nose and hopefully use those later in the end here.
You don't necessarily have to kill it. You just got to get past this. There's a bit of curl here.
Right, because you're rock stars.
There's some curl here.
So give you like somewhere.
Lying 2 yellow stones.
Wait, is that good?
The first stone for Calidon Schneider here in the 5th.
Clean.
Close.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Close.
Radar.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Close. Whoa.
Whoa. Roll it. Yep. Hard now.
Yep. Go.
Well, and there he made the decision. You heard Calton get on it right away to play the roll when he realized it wasn't going to come over as far as they hoped.
That's exactly right. They were going to plan B, and I think if they did get on a little quicker, you might have been able to roll it right under.
So sits right beside the shot stone in the 4-foot.
Okay, let's go here.
But it's exposed, and there's room to get in front. And
Even they're looking to freeze right onto that,
onto
the blue one, just maybe under the center guard a bit. With Josh's intern, lefty.
Line's good.
Close.
Final stone from Josh Mattern. Third stones here.
Yeah, really got to go. Hard line.
Team Kleiter without the hammer here, leading by 1.
Weight's good.
Hard.
Weight's good.
Here they go.
Hard. Right up.
Matthew Tyon
That's
on
some
the
great
broom.
sweeping.
No, Trevor, can't sweep that.
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. The person sweeping can continue through.
Yes. No, you can't.
You hear the confusion on the new rules. Can he sweep it or can't he sweep it?
I don't believe he can.
I understand the thought process on why he thinks he can, because it's the same team sweeping. It's not another team coming in, but you can only, I believe you can only sweep your own stones beyond the tee line, right?
I'm pretty sure of that for sure. Yeah.
But I understand, the rationale between one team being allowed to sweep on the ice at one time,
Yes.
no matter what stone. I get that. So possibly some clarification, and I'm sure potentially the rule might evolve as you get more input from the players.
That's right. Yeah.
With the goal being to keep two teams off the house into intimate quarters. You don't want that at the same time.
Correct, yes.
Both waiting to see if they're going to sweep it or not.
Because in that instance, there could have been a chance that Flash's team wanted to sweep it as well, but now Trevor would have been in his way and he wouldn't have been able to do that. So that's why they don't want anybody doing the...
I don't see a whole lot with the corner coming.
They're in a bit of trouble here, but I think they've got to run that center guard into the two yellows and hopefully get rid of a bunch.
You're not getting the 6 is hardly going.
Well, you might be able to split those two yellows out and leave your blue around as the shot stone.
Yep. It'll be open probably, but it'd still be shot.
It'd be open.
They want to try and score now for sure.
And Rylan would have a second shot. Which, if you start looking 2 or 3 shots in advance, that blue stone sitting in the 12-foot all of a sudden becomes mighty important.
Those biters can sometimes come up and bite you.
That might be your second stone.
That was my thought.
But we still got this to do.
The more I hear the puns, the more I probably realize that Rylan's happier up here, hey, and not on the ice.
Absolutely, yes.
It's not that easy to hit this. Right?
We got to score though too. We got to think about that.
I think you're throwing like half weight. It's pretty good too. It's a good option.
How about something like this? 7.
Yeah, you have to go like this.
Well, just like hack. Can I hack weight it?
You can. You'll never get a shot over this.
I think they're contemplating a timeout with their dad. Jamie should be out there helping them, I think.
Same difference. You may as well do this and at least we're shot.
I'd love to get that in.
Like,
do you even need a timeout when you're not on the clock?
Just hack. You don't have to necessarily
You don't, other than
this.
to allow the coach to have a opportunity where in
we haven't
men's
seen
play,
that yet. Are the coaches allowed on the ice in this event?
They don't allow them at these events.
No.
They do once you get to
only roll it right here.
provincial competitions.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
get 2 timeouts per game.
Yep.
So usually you have to save them till the end, even though you like to use them earlier.
So Calidon Schneider's got 1 stone left here. The final of the 3rd stones. Here in 5.
This is a very patient shot. They're just going to jiggle those yellows around and kind of get some angles.
Yep. Whoa.
Clean.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Yep.
Dan and Kevin Marsh on the brooms.
Roll it.
Shot.
It's a really nice shot.
Great shot.
That didn't go very far, did it?
Still sitting 1 yellow, I believe. Without the hammer. Well, it's awfully close.
Yeah, you can. How much weight can you throw at it? That's kind of what I'm thinking too. What do you guys got of this? Sorry? What do you guys got of this? Right there.
Asking how much they see of it. They see almost half of it.
See, I almost think the shot is to freeze right on the yellow. Right there is the shot. In my mind. I've been wrong before.
And that's what one of the options is.
Freeze on yellow, and what's he do?
That should be good with Matt. I like
And he's
that
got
a
to
lot.
come around the other side, but
Thick half.
For
you
one.
kind of want to save that for your last shot, right?
But you make this hit and roll on top, and you're going to look pretty good too.
To roll on top of yellow or bump the yellow over?
Well, roll on top of yellow.
Okay. Is that blue slightly higher?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
All right, boys, let's make it.
You always hear that positivity from Rylan Kleiter in the hack. Come on, boys, let's make it. Every shot. Trying to make this one a hit and roll. He's got to get through.
It's close.
Real close, and he's by. He's got the hit. He's got the roll, a little bump.
Like I said, that was the best call.
Of course.
Okay. Yep.
I was right. There's no rewind on the Facebook feed. So you got that one right. And that takes out any question of who was sitting shot rock. Now we know for sure. It's 1 yellow.
But if you just jam it, kind of stay on it.
You got to throw control and just try to get close nose.
He's going to have to get close to nose in order to change the angle and try to bounce the yellow one out and open it up.
There are 4 yellow stones in the rings.
Well, it's here, and he's just going to come tap it.
There are 2 blue ones in there too, and Colton's
Yeah, sorry, get to know. Control weight.
trying to find a way to get to here if he can.
I think he's got the right call there. You know, get to nose,
It does come in there at the end.
Yeah, it does.
and you can bounce those 2 yellows out and make a little tougher shot for Rylan's last one.
Control. Yeah, try to just get to it.
Hope it's for overall, right?
To get right on the nose, they're going to have to be awfully close to that yellow stone up in the
Whoa, off.
just outside the top of the rings.
They're right off this one.
Straight off.
They need it to move.
Close. Yep.
Well, now they're on.
Oh, she's picked.
Now they're going. Trying to hold it.
Whoa!
They got enough. 1, 2, slid it over, and they'll be shot stone.
Pretty good shot.
Can they make that work?
Really
That one
good
sure pulled up. I didn't think that was curling.
Came across, didn't quite get to the nose, but got enough to break it up and sit 1.
Sit 1, yep.
So now looking at the house, what does Rylan do
Going all day back into here too.
to force a draw for 1? Is that,
I think right here. Yeah, I guess if you're you can
yeah, you got a few options
get
here.
it.
They want to.
I
Can
think
they
that's
get it
where
all
you
the
gotta
way
get.
across?
Well, we just gotta watch this, right?
I don't know if they can get it quite as far, but if they get it there, then Colton's going to have a slash on his blue for 2, but you can't take that everything away.
For sure. With how it curls here. No, definitely not at all. That looks like the way it's curling. We gotta get just across center. That looks good. Yep.
So see if they can bring this in and sit right on top of that blue stone on the back left of the 4-foot.
That would be ideal, I think.
And it did pretty good.
Yeah, he threw 45. That's pretty big.
With a push, yeah. So
Did he throw that 40? 40? Okay. Make it, boys.
So the final stone for Rylan Kleiter here in 5. He's got the lead and playing without the hammer.
Real close.
He's trying to come all the way around
Close. Yep. Coming down.
and sit on top of that blue stone in the back of the forefoot.
Wait, real close.
Line's good, line's good.
River Johnson getting on the broom. Now it's got to go.
They overdid it.
Did they get too much on it? They did.
Nice spot, right?
And it stops up just in time to be shot stone. And now
Colton will have that same shot as he had in the which end? First end or
The
third
third end.
Third end, where he got his nice shot for 1.
And this time it'll be for
For
two.
2.
Because he only has to move that about 6 inches.
Yep.
They get 2.
They've definitely seen that line a lot, so they should know exactly what it's going to do.
He's already back 4. Got to move it 6 inches.
He was listening. Final stone here in 5. Colton Flasch.
Whoa. Green. Yep.
Out of Saskatoon, the skip here. Needing a big win, needing a big shot here for 2.
Gotta go!
And the Marsh brothers are on the brooms.
Go for weight. Line
Trying to
perfect.
drag this all the way. You got to push that stone back.
Hard.
Can they get it far enough? They got enough for 1.
1.
And that's all. They tried their Midas to get on the brooms, but just couldn't drag it far enough. And Colton Flasch a little disappointed here. He'll have to settle for 1.
A couple of great shots to finish off the end there for both sides.
Great shots indeed through 5 of this 8-end game. The VET Championship. We are tied and back after this.
At Core Grain, we strive to be the most qualified grain storage and grain conditioning experts in Canada. Visit us today at coregrain.ca. Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm.
Checking into the YouTube comments now and say hello to everybody watching on YouTube. Megan's watching. How about Canadian Robin says Colton Flasch stands at the end in the same position as Cooey. So I haven't noticed that. I think it rubs off a little bit.
It could be, you know. There's probably something with that.
So there you go. Did you have anybody you tried to emulate your game after when you were playing and when you play?
Well, that's a good question. I can't say I did. No, it was more just trying to be the best player you could be.
There you go.
Yeah, which wasn't very good.
That's such a canned answer. Come on, there's got to be somebody out there. See? Corey noticing. Also a receiver and a kicker for the Saskatoon Hilltops. Phenomenally talented kid. He's talking about
Rylan.
There you go. So a little pat on the head. That's Corey Perkin.
Yeah. Weight's good now. Just for line.
And Catlin Schneider was also a 5-year Regina Ram football player, very good as well. He's a little older.
Yeah, because I thought maybe you're here light, but then we stayed up there. Really good.
So we love seeing the comments in here where they come in on Facebook or they come in on YouTube, where you're watching from, where you're tuning in from.
Line's really good. Hey, room right now. Room.
In response to the Cooey comment, he says, learning from a legend. Yeah, I'm sure Colton's picked up a lot. Indeed.
Top 4.
Runthal, Manitoba is where Diane's watching from. Sherry McNeil says, Mr. Kleiter and his team, not you, the other Mr. Kleiter, not acting their age. They're looking like vets on there.
Very nice comment.
They are indeed. Undefeated here at the Super Series event in Regina. And a pleasure to be calling this alongside Dean Kleiter. And we'll have the semifinal for you in the morning here on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll have the final for you as well tomorrow afternoon, just after 1 o'clock local time, which is 3 o'clock Eastern in the afternoon.
Gotta go still. We're really curling. It's really curling
just
hard.
different releases, eh? How that one curled really hard.
Yeah. Crossed the hog line, and it seems like the ice completely changed.
A little heavier.
It could be getting a little heavier, too, as getting later in the game, potentially.
You have people in here that are thinking that they're watching from Michigan, so they're coming in from all over. Pretty great. We'll check in on some of the comments a little bit later on.
I don't think that's good.
So now they're debating where they're going to go for trying to get a blank out of this end yet, or try to go for multiple points.
Tied at 3. Rylan Kleiter's got the hammer here in 6. Remember, we only play 8 ends.
The top one, I don't know. These
Ideally, it's an even end. With the score being tied, it's a really good end to score. 2 is great, and 1 isn't the end of the world.
And then if we just get the 1, that's okay. Yeah.
It's that even ends. You want the hammer coming home.
Hammer coming home.
Okay, then go for that one then.
Whatever you.
Wow. Whatever you see.
Have a chance to go back on.
Barb's watching in Grand Prairie, and a question came in. You might know the answer, but Kendra says, I model my game after Craig Seville. And then Diane wonders, says, he's an awesome guy. Is he still playing with anybody? I don't know.
I don't know that I know that answer either off the top.
Sorry, Diane. Tried to see if we could help you out. If we weren't doing the game, I'd do a Google search and check my Twitter and send a couple of text messages and try and find out the answer. But 1, 2, 3. 1 sticks around, 2 leave out the side. That's kind of what you were looking for.
Yeah, I think they were wanting to peel that one out, but that's a good plan B for sure.
Okay. Just butting.
Aaron Myers is watching Winnipeg, loves the pants that Team Kleiter are wearing. So
What's that?
there's no doubt they get a lot of publicity and comments for the pants.
For any moms or girlfriends or anybody who wants them to get rid of the pants, this is just now another thing that they can throw in their face. See, they like the pants.
Yeah, they're the loudmouth pant, golf pant actually, but
yeah,
they're turned them into curling pants as well.
Weight's not bad.
We're going to be out in the good stuff.
So Colton's talking about being out in the good stuff, meaning that it stays keener on the wings throughout the game, where the center will break down a little bit.
Are we on this?
Yeah, bumping it in.
Okay.
There's still just the 1 yellow stone sitting in the rings.
Like that, or he freezes.
So what's Rylan thinking here? Does he like having those 3 stones just outside the rings? Does he want that more cleared out?
Well, I think he wants to make sure he's got to draw the button on a last shot, and if you leave both those guards there, there's that chance you may not get a chance to draw your last shot. So I think you got to move one of them.
If you peel this yellow, they're probably just going around that blue, right? Or they're replacing till.
The yellow guard is too high. It's not really a guard. It's the blue ones that they're going to have to worry about. And that's probably the right call.
Because they're going to put a guard.
Yep.
They're
You
going to
just
put a
play
Highland in
normal.
front of it.
Yep. Hit half a rock.
Okay.
Probably thick half. Actually,
Thick half?
No, half a rock. Half a rock's real close.
It's a very patient call. Good call.
So Trevor Johnson, you see him there, the second for Rylan Kleiter. His final stone here in 6.
Normal?
Whoa. Close. Clean. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Trying to catch half the stone.
Yep.
Slide it over. Missed the yellow in the back. He does. Opens up the lane, and that works out.
Yeah, I think they were hoping to hit a little thinner and bump that yellow one in as well, but the angle sets up really nice. If someone puts it on the button, you're going to have a shot to get that off pretty easily.
Like 14-75 to get back there kind of thing.
Kind of like a chess match, always thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead. As Catlin Schneider plays his first.
A little bit of room. Room.
A lot of room
Too
right now.
much room.
Too much room. That line's okay now.
This one's really running too.
No, whoa, still on the guard.
Where are we?
Trying to avoid the guard.
Okay, whoa then.
They will. Will it move enough? Will it start going more? No. It'll catch a piece of the yellow and slip just in behind for second shot.
He was not liking that one. I think they're getting tricked a bit, thinking that the ice is coming down, but if it doesn't get to the center line close and fast enough, it doesn't come down as quickly.
It's a hard thing to judge and a hard thing to read. And almost like trying to run an experiment with no consistent variables. Becomes very difficult.
It sure does. It sure does. Like this one we're going to probably see come down because it's getting to the middle now, right?
And that's something that can be really tough for a young team, too. You see that right away. You start picking up on these things the longer you're around the game. You can pick them up on them a little bit sooner, right?
For sure. Like that one, I think, knowing that, they probably would have been on that one a little quicker.
Yeah.
For sure. Gives Colton another chance to sink one in there and put some pressure on the Kleiter team, which I still think they got that yellow angle one's going to come into play before the end of the end here.
A little farther out.
I got a little more line.
No, line's good.
No, line's perfect.
Line's good.
Line's perfect.
Let it work if you can.
Final stone from Catlin Schneider.
Line's good.
Still gonna work.
Line's good. Line is good.
This looks like a really
Still
nice
gonna
shot.
curl.
Trying to bring
Really
this
has-
in.
Hard, Kev, go. Hard.
Kevin Marsh on the broom. Now Dan jumps in, trying to drag it. And they've got a good piece of the button. Didn't curl as much as maybe they wanted to, but it'll be tough to remove it with those 2 stones sitting in the 8-foot.
I think the goal is now to get the nose or just inside, give it a tap, maybe an inch to get shot, and just set up that for later in the end.
As Joshua Mattern gets set for his last, I'll tell you this for free, we're not looking at a blank anymore.
Pretty slim chance of that happening.
Yeah.
It's a big shot here for Josh.
Line's good.
I like it.
Bit of room right now.
Top 8 right now. Like to go.
Lot of work.
Like
Top 4.
Whoa, close now.
top 4.
Whoa,
Like to go.
You're just watching this carefully.
Whoa, gotta curl.
Whoa, easy. Whoa. Yes.
Yep.
Now Tynes on it. And drag it to the front, to the nose. Almost all the way there.
I don't think they got it far enough, though, did they?
There's a little separation. I'd have to see the overhead to see how much room is between those two stones. Here's another look at that stone coming in. How far did they drag it?
Say blue is 1.
Great, he picks that. Yeah.
But is there enough room between the two stones? Here's your look.
Well,
can they pick it out of there? Is that what they're thinking?
Yeah, and that's max inside.
There will be an opportunity for that. I still think that outside yellow one, that you'll be able to hit that and it's going to drag this one in.
Halfway
Now it's
to
whether that
two-thirds, right in
hits
the
it
hole.
the proper way to get any of the blue, or if it's just going to...
Yeah.
So if you're Colton, do you not want to think about playing that and taking that away from Rylan?
You might, but not on this shot, because Rylan will be able to play the exact same shot he just did, and tap is up for shot and maybe 2.
You don't want to take away something that you might need on your last stone.
Clean. Where are we?
The first from Colton Flasch here in 6.
Line's good.
Okay,
Skip out of Saskatoon.
Let it work a bit.
Line's good.
Okay, clean it.
Line's perfect.
Line's really good. Oh, easy.
Whoa,
Oh.
Just sit right there in the hole.
That's a good shot. Now Kleiter will have the straight back on the yellow.
You guys like that?
Yeah.
Still off nose?
I don't mind it. Yeah.
Bang, bang.
If you just miss it, he's got to replace with a good one.
Yeah.
Or we rip, yeah.
You're going to have a couple chances at this
You
shot.
run it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the rip's the call then. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, thick way. Just like that. This spot we know will run, right?
They're looking at all their
Like right there.
potential misses, right, and what that leaves them.
Well, what that does by making a double peel, and that's, again, they're beyond their years here, but making that double peel will give them 2 shots. They're either going to have the pick on the blue on their last shot, or they're going to have a run back, because Colton won't be able to guard both shots.
And if he hits this perfectly, you might get rid of both blue stones.
Correct. Well, it'll be the yellow and the blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just nose.
Yellow onto yellow onto yellow onto blue and spill them out.
Still throwing it pretty hard.
I don't want that blue going into those yellows.
What does the double peel give us over that?
Yeah, just a little less. Yeah.
Looks like they've elected the run back. Can the coach call a timeout?
This is the right call.
Yeah. I don't think
Even if you pick off of one of them, then it's sitting better.
That's where the creativity comes in. And you mentioned, well, you do this, and then I do this, and you do this, and you don't even need to think the game anymore, right?
Touch left it.
The kids think, so you do this, I do this. Well, I'm going to do that and see what you do about it, right?
Exactly, yeah. And you make this, it's a great shot.
So here's Rylan Kleiter, and it's coming with pace. Trying for the double run back. 1, no, and he
made the shot that
nudged the 2 of them out, so that's the one you wanted.
Probably the right shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it worked out. And for Rylan, for him, it's a good miss. For you, it's the shot he should have played all along, right?
So now Colton has to make a decision here. Does he try to guard which one? Which one's going to be the easier shot?
What if he just pick it? Can you see him?
Or he's talking about picking.
Pick it.
If you ever touch this, then you're done.
Well, I know you touch it. I mean, the pick's the best shot.
How much you got in this?
Well, you got enough to pick.
But I'm just worried if you have too much and you kick this, you just kick it here and you got nose for 3.
Yeah, I just don't know where we put it, where we don't believe in something.
So there's the look at it.
I was just thinking, pick this.
What do you do in this situation? He's
I mean,
thinking
if
of
you
picking
put it
that out.
perfectly right here, then it makes it real tough.
And then it's
on them.
probably
If
a
you're
draw
here,
for
it's
just
not
one.
great.
Because even if you run it back,
If you don't quite cover this,
it's going to jam on the 2 in the back of the 8 foot.
Well, if you corner freeze here, there's a chance.
Well, you just
still
nuts
run.
it in here.
Right, it's going to jam on one of those and sit as the second shot. The blue one would, right?
You can't
So
really corner freeze that without giving him this.
I believe if he can get just around that
So if you
top
just
yellow
straight
one,
pick this,
just
the
to
only
take
problem is
away
you
that
pick it,
run
push
back,
it to here, you might have double for 3, but
we're
To try and
probably
get the steal.
to try to get the
Clean,
steal.
he's only got a shot
But if he
for
doesn't
that.
make it right, there's probably a 3 ball coming for yellow.
I don't think you can
But
get
if
it
he
there.
picks the yellow one out, then Ryland's got to settle for 1.
Correct. He might be able to come down and I think you're right. Yeah, I was
Gotta
thinking he
curl
could maybe
quite
get
a
it
bit past
into the
that.
blue, but if he hits
I think
blue,
the best
So if you're
ever
Colton, do you go high risk, high reward and go for the
just
steal, or do you
this goes right into
try and
here.
limit him to 1?
I think at this point, 6, it's a great
Well,
end
they're
to
all
steal. I think I'd be
I could
playing
leave
for that.
anything over here. I could try this, and I could rub off here and leave him a shot for something too.
You might be able to kind of take half of both away, like right here.
Yeah, well, then he's probably playing this.
Which I'm happy with that.
I know. You can. I mean,
Tied at
I
3.
guess
This
if
is
you're-
a big moment, awaiting the
corner throws on
final
it like
stone
this.
here in 6
Pretty good, yeah. Well,
for Colton Flasch.
okay, let's try to put it somewhere there good.
Well, it's either that or we do this.
Because there's a chance we could steal, which is great, right? Better if we do this.
I think what Catlin is saying there is correct.
Let's
Like you
throw in
can
here. Let's
play that risk
Make it
and
make
steal
it.
it.
If we're hair heavy, we can try to get like there.
Well, it's totally 2 different shots, though.
I know, but like here's good. Like that's pretty much the best you can do. Makes it.
I think I'd rather show him a piece of this than give him this.
Sure. Yep.
Like, we got to take this away, hey.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, they can't take both of those shots away. It's going to be
One or the other.
You're guarding that pick.
Regarding
If
this
we're
run
touching
back.
center
And
line,
the
we're
run back,
Yep.
as you look
Yeah,
at
exactly.
the stones in the house there, the run back is what gives you the opportunity to count 2 or 3.
Correct.
All but line.
And not a difficult shot for
No,
3
because
either.
they're closer together.
Because that's
Yep.
going to give him down to those splitting center guards.
I mean, we can always get a curling at the end because you're going to throw quite a bit more weight.
He needs to be right here.
Yeah.
I think Colton's got the right shot. I like that.
Rylan Kleiter has the hammer here in 6, so this is the final stone from Colton Flasch upcoming. That rock at the edge of your screen, at the top of your screen that you talked about earlier, does that ever come in play yet, or is that almost done?
You know, it's hard to see. It almost looked like it's going to come across the top of that yellow one, and it could.
We have to see what Colton does first.
Yep. It's worth a look. Like when you look at that angle there, it's. I don't think they're looking at it yet, anyways.
Here it is, final stone
Where are
from
we?
Colton Flasch, trying to sit up and take away the run back.
No, line's good.
Line's good, line's good. Line's good. Dan.
You might have to go a little farther. No.
Dan.
No.
Dan's rock.
Just touch center. We're gonna over curl. Whoa, we're over curling.
Whoa. Yep.
They want to touch center. They touch center.
Great shot.
And
Really
a
good
great shot. Colton Flasch. He likes that one.
Probably best you could have done.
I think he still has the shot with kind of a, not a really heavy shot weight.
But
Just
then it makes this.
He's going to take a look at it, see how much he can see.
It's for 2 with board, right?
The danger would be hitting the blue stone out front that Colton just threw. Because you got to come pretty close to it.
you have to be very tight. Yep. I'm just not so sure the intern come around and chip it out is not the best shot, but Colton put that in a perfect spot, almost taking both those shots away.
Not from here? This is the curly side, though.
They're looking at that run back I talked about after the second shot.
You got like 7/8 of this, right?
Would you hit the outside of the high stone that you see at the high stone on the right side? Would you hit the outside of that and try and come down on top of your own to push the blue one back?
If you hit the high side, it's going to push it further up, but if you hit the low side, it's going to drag it down. So depending on where they would need it to go, it's hard for us to see the angle here exactly.
Yeah, you only have to move that blue in the house not very far, okay?
Big shot here.
Can I get a hair left there?
So we can have a telestream.
Yeah, I like that.
So final stone here in 6 for Rylan Kleiter. It's sitting one blue.
Easy. Please.
Forward.
Just clean. Yep.
Close.
Gotta avoid the guard in front. It's gonna be tight, real tight. And he rubbed off. And it'll be a steal of 1 for Colton Flasch here in 6.
Wow, that was a close one. That would have probably been 3 with that weight, it looked like.
One thing about the young guys, they don't worry about risk.
Go for the reward.
Just bumped off the blue stone out in front. So it's a steal of 1 for Colton Flasch here in 6. And they go up with 2 to play here at the Highland Curling Club in Regina.
Atlas Apex Roofing. The most knowledgeable, the most experienced, the most trusted name in the business. Atlas Apex, the top choice for industrial, commercial, and institutional roofing. Atlas Apex specializes in re-roofing, restoration, full-service maintenance, and emergency repairs. Customer service is our top priority, taking care of our clients in a safe, efficient, and timely manner from coast to coast.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience. Find us at ddgregina.com.
Just 2 ends to go in this exciting 5th draw here at the Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series. Darren DuPont and Dean Kleiter. Pleasure to be with you here this afternoon, and we'll be back tomorrow morning for the semifinal at 9 a.m. and then the championship game at 1. That's local time. That's 11 and 3 Eastern. Of course, there is one more draw tonight. The final round robin draw, and it will be available here on Facebook and YouTube.
Weight's good.
Curlingzone.ca.
Time says a hair light. Curl, go.
This is the final draw
Shot.
of the round robin for Colton Flasch, and he needs a win to stay alive. He leads by 1 with 2 ends to go.
Yeah, and Matt came in on his first one a little heavier than they would have liked it, and now we see Dan Marsh putting a nice little corner freeze on it. Matt will try to duplicate that freeze.
Right now.
Put Josh tight.
Little more room right now.
Weight's top 4.
Long way to go, boys.
No. Top 4. Top 8. All you.
Wait only. Gotta move.
Real close. 15. Try and get in just to it. We can move it a touch.
Not finishing up for both those players there.
And that one in. We'll stack them up a little bit. Sit 1 yellow for now.
Hey.
It's like back house.
Well, I like
we set up a little wall there. Or are you thinking of removing it?
I'm thinking of removing this one, but it's going to be hard. You got to throw a bit of weight to do that. So
I think you notice
no, that's good. Just right
the hot
here.
mics on you.
Just like back 4.
Colton and Catlin are almost like co-skips, right? A lot of communication between, a lot of decision-making done, shared between the two of them.
There is, yes, quite a bit. And that's something that teams have to decide how they manage that dynamic, and some it works really good for, and Some it's not so much.
Weight's nice. Back 8, back 12.
Stay close. Yep.
Here's Kevin Marsh.
Yep.
Throwing second stones for Colton Flasch.
Hard! Right to it, right to it.
Really
right
on
to it.
this
Go,
one.
Go, go, go.
Get it?
Great shot.
A roll over, too.
It's a really good shot.
Yeah.
Shot.
Ever feel it now? Ever feel it now? Yeah, sure. Try to run it. I'm leaving a guard, though. If you just peel it, that's okay.
I think they're in a position now where they would really like to get out of this end in a blank and have that hammer coming home down 1.
I was going to say down 1, what's the thought process? But you answered that. And try and see if you can clear this out and have a blank. There are 4 stones in the rings, but they're all close enough together that you're going to remove a few of them in a hurry.
This is going to
start by just peeling that one over, not out. It sits as a corner. That might be useful.
Oh, yeah, halfway is good.
Could be if they ever want to go
Doesn't
for
have to
the
be too
deuce,
high.
for sure. However, it does make the blank a little tougher as well.
Yep. Yep. Pretty good.
Line's
How's
good.
line?
Line's good. Maybe a little tight. Little tight on line. Just halfway. Okay, try to make it closer than that if you can. It's over curling, but just go.
I think it's good. Good shot. Real nice.
Good.
Now I think they're going to attempt the straight back run. Try to jiggle those because they're in really bad spots right now. Or the blue, the yellow team, I should say.
Trevor Johnson, the 21-year-old, throwing second stones for Rylan Kleiter. Just peel that away, and it's a force field around the 4 stones in the house. Just can't get them yet. So one more time for Colton Flasch.
You got to go on that. You got to go on that. You got to go on that big time.
Line's good.
Really got to go on that.
The less
Okay.
opportunities you have to get rid
Line's
of those
good if you get
stones in the rings, the better opportunity this doesn't end in a blank.
This is a good sweep to get it over.
You got to go.
Turn off. Stop. Okay.
And they get across.
Sorry, boys. Didn't want to make you sweep that much.
Even board,
Thing
we
is,
gotta
when
roll
those
pretty big, right?
guards are so far away, it's that much harder. You have to be that much more precise to get it down into the rings.
Yeah, we want to hit about a quarter, though.
Every quarter inch just has that much more of an effect.
Sure does.
I think just board, Josh.
Now they're looking at half a rock with board and hopefully save that shooter under that corner guard that they ticked over.
Light board.
Joshua Mattern,
Yep.
his first. Team Kleiter with the hammer here in 7.
Hard. Hard.
You got to go to get it by. Got it past.
Hard, right up, hard. Hard roll, Matt.
Got it. The roll over. Can they get it far enough? No. But a good shot.
Pretty good shot. Left that blue one still on top of that, which is not a great position to be in, but it's a rock in play.
Okay. I was just kind of seeing intern break frozen on her blue, no? Then they can't get anything out.
Yeah, I mean, right here is pretty darn good, Cat.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
a great call.
where
You
is that?
freeze it
Top
on
8?
there,
Yeah,
there's going to be
fully.
a hard time getting those out.
Okay.
it'll take 3 shots.
He's singing out. Okay, so.
Yeah, Colton's right. That's pretty darn good to get it on top. And it is. It's a great group of chemistry and teamwork between the two. But you know Colton's got the right call, and he's got the last call.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, and that's what you have to make sure to respect that, because he's the one that's in charge. And
Okay, go then. Hard then.
Line's good. Go ahead, Flasch. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
bit of a break here for the Kleiter team.
Couldn't get it down on top. Comes up well short.
So now just to unlock this with a corner freeze tap would be really nice for the Kleiter team. They're calling back line just off nose. Hopefully get close to keeping that angle they can hit on the shot later on.
So the final stone from Josh Mattern here in 7.
Okay, yep. Are we still that light?
Yes.
Okay, yep. Whoa, whoa.
Back line.
Whoa, whoa.
Trevor Johnson on the broom. Now they're right off. See if this one will finish where they want it. Got a bump, and it's going to roll too far over, and that angle's not there.
Still pretty good though, because they had to unlock those. That was number 1, and there should have some sort of opportunity to get at that one in the next 2 shots.
So now what does Colton want to do here as he gets set for his first, as we're into skip stones?
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit concerned with the 4 yellow rocks in the house right now.
I would think so.
Oh, no, I don't like that. It's very tough. Yeah, no.
I think we gotta try.
Like it's either a little
I
tap.
think we gotta try to get to the inside.
Or we.
Colton Flasch up by 1.
I think we have to get to the inside.
Battling for their playoff lives here.
The only thing
Their final round robin game, and they need a win to stay alive. They'll need a little help, but they need 2 wins to have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll be able to come off the back of it.
They are looking at tapping their blue back and just getting inside under the guard a bit, but I'm just wondering if it doesn't leave an in-off double there off their own yellow on the next shot.
Yeah, it's just talk to them about speed. They'll let you know.
It's kind of like pool, right? It's not what you make, it's what you leave.
Get to nose is pretty good, Callan.
That's what you hear a lot when they're sitting around trying to figure out what to do. Well, he'll have this or he'll have this. I want to leave him. I want to take that away or this away. It's all about what you want to leave, yeah, not about what you're trying to necessarily do.
And that's not always easy to do when you're trying to make the shot and think about the next 3 shots.
The next 3 shots, because you want to think of, okay, well, then if I leave him with this, what's he going to do and what will I have left? The last thing you want to do is not have a shot on your last stone.
That's for sure.
Line's good, clean it.
And that's why you have engineers and business students and
are we heavy?
Veterinary medicine
Dan, let it.
students.
Whoa! Whoa!
Off. Yep. Whoa.
Really think the game. Here it is from Colton Flasch. They're on it now.
Hard. Little tap.
Trying to tap it. Little tap.
Pretty nice shot.
Right in the button. That's what they were looking to do.
Now the question is, do they have enough room? Is that guard long enough that they can play a backline hack weight and move those 2 blues, at least one of them maybe through the house?
You guys like that?
What?
This board? Can you ever get to know?
Do you lose one at least?
That's the plan. The plan's to just get rid of this one.
Top
one?
As long as you get rid of one, it's good.
I don't know what
You have a lot of sauce at that other one.
Yeah.
I think that's just, if we get rid of one and sit somewhere over here, that's really good, right?
Just lose the top one here?
Yeah.
See, can you, wish I had a telestrator, but could you hit yellow into blue, into blue?
Sit more over here.
Absolutely.
It'll touch this, though.
Sacrifice one.
Okay.
Yep.
Yellow. She got 3 others. You're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing.
If you're sitting right here, what's he doing? Is he freezing again?
That top blue one would go out over top of the yellow one in the 8 foot on the left side.
Well, yeah, if he's on an angle here, then it just all stops.
Yeah, if he can walk it right there.
So there's the shot. If you go off the yellow one at the top of the 4 foot, it'll hit the blue that's sitting in the 8 foot. It'll go over top of that yellow one in the 8 foot. Your shot stone will go off the blue one and out the bottom. And hopefully miss your yellow one at the bottom of the 8 foot.
Where's that telestrator again when we need it?
I know.
Okay, well, let's play board.
I'm looking for Kirk. We need one more sponsor.
If it comes up and we can
We'll use it to buy a telestrator.
So I think they've elected to go board weight, get tight by that guard, and tap the top blue one through and roll over to have at least 5 yellows in the house. And then Colton will have to make sure he doesn't leave a run back somewhere.
Board.
So Rylan Kleiter, his first stone here in 7. He has the hammer. Trying to get past the guard. It's going to be tight. Real tight. Did he get by? Off the one blue. It's out.
Great shot.
And he runs right over.
Great sweep. Great sweep.
Just got by. And look how close this was. Whoa.
I think so.
Catches and just rolls right over top.
Need a hair less ice.
So they have to pretty much put that one right back again and hope they don't leave a double somewhere.
Yeah, I don't love that.
So this is kind of helping him, but.
No, I like this.
Same ice you're seeing?
Same ice, yeah.
There are going to be a lot of possibility in-offs off of the yellows into the
What
blues.
happens when you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow stones surrounding that shot rock.
Can't just be
A lot of
close
different
on
angles
it.
to think about.
I mean, you could dead weld it, I guess, but.
And it leaves you the possibility, if you're Colton Flasch, that there's an angle
Just inside.
you didn't account for.
So true. And I don't think he can take away every angle, but
Hair tighter.
Hold in.
Whoa, then. Whoa! No, we can't. No! Right off!
They're right off.
hanging.
No, it's got to curl a mile, you guys.
Whoa!
Stay close, Dan.
Kevin!
Go, Kev.
Hard,
Go, Kev.
Kevin!
Go, Kev. Move
We're
it a
on
bit,
it
move
late.
a bit.
It'll bump it.
Okay, pretty good.
And at the end of all that, pretty good.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
No, I think he still can hit this really thin.
You like playing it off the yellow, hey?
I think I do. Got to see the line here.
Yeah, when we see the line, you'll get an idea if we can get it off the yellow or not.
Like if you hit this yellow as thin as you can.
The yellow on the right side of the 4 foot. Oh, now it's on the left side of the 4 foot on your screen. There it is. Yellow on the right side of the 4 foot. You want to come lightly off of that. Does the blue one slide over to its left, though, and jam? If you're getting it that thin?
That's a really good question. They're looking at that in-off.
At least before they were staggered that it would go over top.
We just heard the guard, right? Yeah.
I think they're looking at possibly running the same shot Rylan just through and try to get the nose double, but that's going to be really tight.
Yeah, you
he
heard
just
them
got
mention
by
they
that
have to
guard.
be so close to the guard to try and run them both. There is that guard up front, basically just off center, which doesn't allow you to just come straight down. There's a better look at the guard situation. So you have to come really close to it, just over the shoulder of Trevor Johnson there.
It's there because you want left side of nose.
They think it's there, so if they can get by that guard tight again, they might have a shot at it, and that would be for a 6 ball, potentially.
If you can hold the shooter, which you should be able to do.
Yeah, because they'll be close to nose.
And you'll have to push those 2 blue stones at least full into the 12-foot. He counts 6.
If you get nose here, Matt, you overcurl it.
You just threw the shot, so you'll know what exactly it's going to do.
The playoff life for Colton Flasch hangs in the balance on this shot. Final stone and 7 for Rylan Kleiter. Possibly trying to put up 6. It's got to be close. It's got to be right on the guard. Squeezes it by. Now they're on it. He's got 1, got 2. Can he spill it far enough?
Got it for deuce.
No, but he's got it enough for 2.
Great shot.
Nice shot from Rylan Kleiter, who picks up 2.
I'm not sure he could have did better. That was pretty tight, and if you throw harder weight, it's not going to come up enough probably.
So 2 on the board for Rylan Kleiter. And we got a great finish ahead. Coming up at 8 to the Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series in Regina.
Plates at renewmyplates.com. Get it out of the way. What do you say? Renewmyplates.com. The family's making plans and they're gonna need a ride. Don't let license renewal keep you on the sidelines. Renew your plates at renewmyplates.com. Anytime, anywhere. Suit and tie or underwear. Renewmyplates.com. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. Renewmyplates.com.
He's covering everything that matters to you. It's the Rod Peterson Show. Tune in live Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to noon to catch the show live and be a part of the action. Take control by commenting live and sharing the show with your friends.
It almost couldn't be closer. 5-4, Rylan Kleiter with the lead over Colton Flasch here in the final end, the 8th end. Want to say hello to everybody who's watching on Facebook and on YouTube. So we welcome you into the final end here. Of course, we got one more draw coming up tonight. It'll be immediately following this. It was scheduled for 7 local time, 9 Eastern. We're there now. But that's what happens when you end up falling behind. They're not on the clock. And that, I mean, even if it's 15 seconds per shot, that adds up a lot.
It sure does. And, you know, these are big games for these teams to start the season, and they're wanting to make sure they get it right. And they've entertained us really well here tonight.
Line's good. Little tight. Hard early, Jay.
Rylan Kleiter and his rink out of Saskatoon. They're throwing the yellow stones. This has to go just to get over the hog line. Not worth it, boys. It's not there.
They're going to earn it if they get this one.
Are they? It's not there. Oh, and then you get the side eyes from Matthew Tyon. I know, whoops.
Well, it kind of changes the end a bit now. It's Colton's still going to put up the second guard to try to make sure he can get an opportunity for his chance at 2.
Even him up. Hard cat, come on. Come on, every inch. Come on, keep
And
going.
now trying to
keep
get
going,
it
keep
across
going,
too.
Keep going.
Good.
Wonder if it's getting a little tougher.
A little tougher. Been out here a while. And the thing for Rylan and the Kleiter rink, they got to play right away again.
That's right.
You hope you get a break, but even if that happens, and then you happen to, maybe you don't get out of this one or the next one, you know, you've got a playoff kind of, you're pretty confident you're in the playoffs if you get another win, but you could be pushing
Line's good.
10 or 11 o'clock tonight and then have to play again at 9 in the morning.
That's right, if you get to that semifinal. But usually when you're playing on Championship Sunday, everybody brings it up another level for the adrenaline anyways.
You're rested even if you haven't slept a wink.
That's right. Great shot there by Trevor Johnson.
Just
Yeah, I
half
think
in the
you
8
can
foot.
play 14.75 for PT. Nope, light to me, but
Line's good.
we're close. Top 8 right now.
Line's good. Oh, no, we got room.
It's running like it's a little heavy.
Line's good.
Don't want to.
Line's
Colton
really
Flasch
good.
has to find
Don't want
some
to
way to
yet.
set up
Line's
for
really
2
good.
here.
Yeah, and you go back.
Line's really good. Lock it on down. Hard.
Go, 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 go,
Bring
go,
it
go,
right
go, go,
down.
go.
Kevin's got a really good shot here.
Great shot, Kevin.
Great sweep, too, from Dan Marsh and Catlin Schneider. Is Kevin Marsh on that one, second stones, and beautiful shot.
Great job.
Getting a reputation as being a real solid front end in curling, and a lot of success for the Marsh brothers.
They sure have, yep, on multiple teams they've played with. Trevor will attempt to do the exact same thing. Freeze on.
They were there.
Hey, room right now.
No, don't want to.
Room. Still on the blue.
No. It's like back 4.
You don't want to be bouncing off of this one.
Yeah.
Now it's moving
Hard. Hard. Hard.
by the guard,
Hard. Hard. Whoa.
so they can bring it in without bringing off the blue one. Oh, they'll get just by everything. Right down and touch a piece of the forefoot.
That happened with great communication, with them letting the skip know that it was heavy and being able to call that line. That's the 11 years of experience together.
So much trust
Yeah, normal.
that when somebody in a different vantage point or a different position calls it heavy or calls it light, you trust that they know what they're talking about. Because they've done it time and time and time again and been right.
For sure.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Knock it off.
Really good
Shot
shot.
out. Second
Pretty good
one.
shot. Sit.
Two of them will sit around, but looks like one blue right now, sitting shot
Great
stone.
shot.
That's a fantastic shot.
And even one new piece in or two new pieces in, it'll take some time for this Colton Flasch team to really hone in on that communication and that chemistry.
For sure, that doesn't happen overnight, and it does take a bit of time for them to start to gel.
Line's good.
Gotta go.
Little tight.
And even for Team Dunstone, making that switch for Catlin Schneider, for Kirk Myers, who is the skip of this rink with the Marsh brothers. And
Line's perfect, guys.
you'll take a little time to set back and get all that communication to hopefully take 2 steps forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a work in progress all the time.
Hard Brent.
Bring that down to the 8 foot.
Might have brought it out the other side. But they're going to lock it on anyways.
That works. That's a -7 in Dean's book.
Run, but
What?
Into
Well, I
third
don't think it's great if
stones.
we lock it on. They throw a high one, we're in a bit of trouble.
Well, we have shots for multiple points all day.
Yeah, I'm not playing to give you an angle race for the win. We can get 2 out of it.
What else do you see?
Well, can we probably, where is it?
Top 8.
Can I get it and roll?
Yeah,
And if I kick the guard and roll in the house, pretty good.
I really love listening and watching
like
this
that?
relationship develop.
Yeah, I do. Try to roll it right here.
There's a chance he could jam onto one of the
Play it
yellow
tight.
one in
If
the
we get
back
the
as
guard,
well,
we get the
doing
guard.
that.
Yeah, just
Colton
easy
says we got
half.
shots all day for multiple points, and Catlin's more of the responsible. Well, let's make sure we got something for 2 here.
He does, yeah.
So here's the first from Catlin Schneider.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, close.
He and Colton Flasch, they got the hammer here in 8 coming home.
He's very close.
Please.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
By 1. And they'll get right to the nose and tip it out the other side. And they like that. Will it get all the way out?
Great shot.
They will. They love it. So Catlin Schneider delivers with his first here in 8.
He called it and he made it. Josh will have to replace this one on the top 4 buried if he can.
There right now.
Line perfect.
Always close.
Line perfect.
Wait's real close.
Close for line.
Top 4 right now. Top 8. Really dying.
Okay, go extra a little bit. No, line's good. Line perfect.
Who's tight?
Matt's tight. Right to here, Matt.
Get right through. Skip it past. Top 4.
That was a
Piece
great
of the
shot, Josh.
button, and a great job by Matthew Tyon and Trevor Johnson on the brooms.
Just great communication and line and weight all the way down, putting in the perfect spot.
Great spot. Now, does Catlin Schneider have another good one in
The
him?
other thing I've seen was tapping the blue and rolling just a hair so I can use it.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, just because I can't use that blue right now, so I think.
No, I hear ya.
Okay, I like that then. I just
I don't
threw
even
it.
mind the peel of that corner or the
Take
center
what,
guard right
6
now
feet
too.
off?
Yeah, you're just throwing T-line at the most.
Okay.
You just gotta literally just move
You
this
got
in the
second
open.
and third shot, right, if you're Colton Flasch. Opening it up. They're not getting rid of both, but.
So they're electing to play the tap again, similar to his last shot.
No, line's
Whoa.
good.
Close.
Played it once,
Whoa.
comfortable with it.
No, 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 no.
He's way out there right now.
Close. Yep. Yep.
There it goes.
Here it comes.
We gotta go.
Here it comes.
Going
Gotta
hard.
go.
Marsh brothers are on it.
Hard, 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 hard.
They get to the front. He curls it a little bit farther than he did the first time.
It's got not the right stagger they were looking for there now.
Yeah, now it's really tough to get down to that one on the button.
It is.
So what does Rylan do with his first? He's now got to be thinking steal.
Yes, I'm just.
3, 4.
As long as you don't count this one.
Oh, that one.
You got to protect against 2.
You just cannot be here, right?
Yeah,
I know.
You could come to this one.
Well,
Where they put that broom in the high top of the 8-foot there, where you can't be here. That's because you see the double.
What if you took away his only shot right now is that corner run into it? Do you take that shot away by throwing up a little guard right where Matt's got his broom?
Yep. Right up.
Like right where Rylan's saying, yeah, like right there. He's got no shot, I don't believe.
I'm thinking right here. Then we're probably going together.
Yeah. He's got this one or this one.
This one he's losing like he's losing all the blues.
What are one of those cups?
Yeah.
This five's gone. That five's gone. It's probably gonna be right.
Yeah, you know, he does still have that center one straight back to get something possibly. So you may want to draw another one in there just to take off that second shot.
Well, but if we leave it now, he might play it on his first, though, yeah.
If you bring it in, just outside the rings where they were thinking,
Yeah.
you can't play it thin off of that and remove the yellow?
I know. Yeah, you can only try and take one away.
Could go there, I guess.
I don't.
Well, we got to here.
Okay, you got to be high, tolerance high on this one though.
Yeah, you're probably get your chance of you over curling and are pretty high. I think so.
You want to go behind it rather than up
I
here?
think this is way tougher to drop than that.
Behind it?
Yeah.
I like that call, but if you could, like you were wanting to do last time, is hit it thin. And
I'm not exactly sure if that's. You just don't want to be nicking that guard.
Colton Flasch has the hammer, trailing by 1. Now this isn't.
The question is whether can he run that center blue one back and hit the top 12-foot blue one thin enough to make it run into the yellow.
To get across, yeah.
To get it across.
You really got to hit it thin.
Yeah, I like that.
One thing to consider is this is Rylan Kleiter's first stone. It's not his last crack at it.
That's right.
Leave no drag.
No, this spot's still going to be really good, I bet. It's not going to hit any bad stuff, right?
Oh yeah. For a 3, 55.
But that was about 2.5 minutes with no timeout. Did you have the stopwatch going?
I should have, yes.
So Rylan Kleiter, the young skip out of Saskatoon, unbeaten so far on the weekend.
Gotta go for a 3.
Gotta go for 3.
His first here in 8.
Okay, well,
it's over curling now.
3.
Move it. Try and tuck a piece.
Bouncing off of it.
You didn't want the bounce.
Oh, just the corner is pretty good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, they're not playing with that one.
Now you can't use that. Makes the hole a lot smaller.
Go for weight. He's pretty soft. Yeah, no, he didn't add
I think on this one, if I was Colton, I'd just rip it and hope that he doesn't make a perfect guard. And if he does, then you're going to get a chance
See
to
where
rip it.
Callan's right foot is. What if you put
Can I
one,
hold it back here?
Yeah.
I don't know, 8 inches to his right on the top of the forefoot?
If he could get
Trying
through
to
that
get a little
port,
bit of an angle. If you could get through.
yeah, that'll
Just to
be
sit there.
It'll be difficult because you'd have to just hair that yellow, I believe, the way that it would finish.
Yeah.
But it might be there.
The hole's too close to the center line.
Yeah.
Colton Flasch with his first. He's got the hammer here in 8.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And needing a
Yep.
win to keep his playoff hopes alive.
Hi! Whoa! Whoa!
He's really close.
And 1, 2, and knocks it right on top.
It's a great shot.
Great shot from Colton Flasch, and it opens up a few more angles.
Wow, I didn't want to throw more than that. Thanks.
So now what does he have to do? Take away that run back, the 2 blues running back, I'm thinking.
But there's 2 options there. You've got the...
He's got that too, yeah.
On the left, you got the one on center.
That's still harder than.
There's 2 blue stones at the bottom of your screen, bottom right of your screen that you can see. And
I think you still got to take away that corner run on the blue. That's his easiest
that's
shot.
the direct line.
Sit right there, but you can't get there.
Right now, Colton Flasch is sitting 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th shot.
You don't think you can get there?
Frozen's not good.
He only needs 2.
don't play that. Okay.
If you're here.
Then he's still playing this.
Yeah.
I think they got to take away that run still would be my call if I had the timeout.
I know, like that's his harder shot.
I think so too.
I think we just put one right here.
I'm kind of thinking that too.
Is that where you'd put it?
That's where we'd put it.
Up at the top of just inside the hog, right between the two blue ones.
Touch shot,
Yep.
the ice is fudgy, right? Touch shots aren't as easy.
Let him try to. That would be a really tough. It's going to be a tough shot.
I think that's our best bet. Yeah, let's make him make a touch shot. Yeah. We'll take this.
You're gonna leave him the pitch.
He doesn't. Yeah, it's like overburied by 6 inches.
Okay. No, it's not.
I feel like there's a way we can take away them both.
I do too, and it's probably by some here.
Well,
I don't know if we can get there, too, though.
Is that the engineer? Of course it
going
was.
through this
I think there's a way to take care of them both, right?
And then he'll blast it and spill them both
Come down
anyway.
and move out of here?
If you could, that's the best shot.
One thing's for sure, this young team is fun to watch.
Like barely. Like
Where are we leaving? What are we leaving our rocks? Right here?
Like if you could get just off nose, right?
just unlock it. I think that's the shot that takes away them both.
What? No, but if you're here, he just runs it and doubles them both.
No, but you move it.
We might as well be inside the study room in the library at the U of S, working through a case problem together.
They got all the different colleges.
Do they ever?
Set.
I think we just.
I still think the guard's the call myself too.
Unless you see anything else.
He's got to hit exactly when he can see to stick around as well.
Yeah, he does.
If I can understand the young people,
No, but to get
If he doesn't stick
Rylan,
around,
you would more than I would, but
to it, though,
he knows he's got to play the guard. He knows that's the play.
Yeah.
But he doesn't love it, and he's trying to exhaust all possibilities to come up with something else.
Exactly. Yep. And he's playing the higher percentage shot, and taking away the higher percentage shot.
I think we might need a little more.
And Colton is going to have a shot for the win, but it's not going to be as simple as just throw it down there and hit that blue one anywhere.
He threw 11 seconds on that run back. That surprised me. Yeah.
It's been a good match.
It's been a great match.
Just
And as we wrap this one up, we've got one more coming for you tonight. One more draw to finish off the evening. Likely be probably about a 30-minute break in between the two draws.
Have a bowl of soup and a
Yeah,
sandwich.
that's about it.
Yeah, I do.
Stay here last actually, Jay. Yeah.
Because a high guard won't.
Wouldn't be bad to even nick that center guard a little bit.
Yep.
And make a little bit of more middle tighter port for him to get through.
You could cover that up and there'd be nowhere to go through. You'd have to run something back. So the final stone for Rylan Kleiter here in 8th. He's got a lead of 1, playing without the hammer.
1.5, 2.
It's clean. Keep it clean down. Keep it broom down.
3, 2.
Trying to put this in the hole and leave things difficult for Colton Flasch.
Whole line.
Broom down, and they got her in the right spot.
I don't know if you could get out there and just place the rock in a better spot.
I think you
That's
could.
right where he tapped the broom. Beautiful job by Rylan Kleiter. Now all you can do is head to the end, lean on your broom, and wait.
Hope
It's out
for
of
the
your
best.
control.
That's right. You did what you could do, and
No, he's throwing like
Solid
decent
hack.
We're gonna try to push
As much
the
of it as
6
we can.
quite
I
far.
hope it gets out of the 8 foot.
Like it? Stay close.
So is he
I might
playing
get you on it.
the center one back?
yeah, no, he's playing a hack weight, come around and tap the yellow.
Right through, tap the yellow one.
But he's going to have just the right weight because he's not hitting a lot of that yellow rock.
No, he's got to push it back enough to get 2. Final stone for Colton Flasch here in 8th. Throwing for the win to keep his playoff hopes alive
Clean. Whoa, off.
here in
Get
Regina.
off.
His final stone of the round robin.
He looks a little
Kev, you
hot.
gotta go. You really gotta
It's got to
go.
move.
Really
It's
gotta
got to
go.
move. It's got to move. And it'll slide right by.
It's too heavy.
Earl.
Thanks, guys.
And Rylan Kleiter
It's like board weight.
and the Young Guns from Saskatoon remain undefeated
Wow.
here in Regina.
That's pretty good for those young guys to be able to do that.
And the weekend comes to a close for Colton Flasch. We see the potential with that group. With the Marsh brothers up front, Catlin Schneider, and then with Colton Flasch as the skip.
Absolutely. We'll know they'll be here by the end of the season for sure again.
Absolutely. Dean, this has been fun. Thank
Appreciate it. You bet.
Hope we see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
One more draw to finish up Saturday in the round robin here in Regina, and then tomorrow morning we'll be with you for the semifinals and the final. What a weekend. And it's only still so much to go, right? For Dean Kleiter, I'm Darren Dupont. Stay tuned for Draw 6 here at the Vaderstad Saskatchewan Super Series and our coverage produced proudly by IKS Live. Thanks for watching.